So back at it again with some more Pokemon Volt White 2 Redux. And the main plan for today is to go through pretty much the entirety of Unova, now with Surf at our disposal. And to kind of make our way through these, like first through this starting area, right, Aspertia to Phlocacy. I still don't know how to pronounce it exactly. I'm guessing it's Phlocacy, as in like flock, like a flock of sheep sort of thing. Verbank, and then go to Castelia. Almost said Cresselia. Go to Castelia, work our way up. There's some areas in between that we can go to, and some areas that have previously been explored, but now I can access some new items and whatnot with Surf. So yeah, it's kind of the plan. I don't know how long this would take exactly, so it is very likely that I will make my way towards Mistralton. I just don't know for sure if I'd reasonably be able to beat Skyla today. If I do get around to doing that, then great. But I'm kind of planning to not quite get that far, so that way if I don't reach that goal, it's not a bummer that I didn't. And also that way I don't feel pressured to, like, stream for an obscene amount of time. Or, like, drastically more than usual. So yeah, there's not really a ton to get. It's kind of a shame. I like Aspertia a lot as a starting town, because it's actually a city and not a town. Like, it's got a lot more going on in it, but at the same time, there's not really, from a gameplay standpoint, much to do or get. To my knowledge, at least. What's up, Eric? Hope you had a good weekend. Waterstone. That's right, I do remember if I was running like Vaporeon or something, because most of my Black and White 2 playthroughs had an Evolution on the team. Just because it was like, oh, Eevee's available. It's like, when was the last time Eevee was available? I mean, I guess or Gold, Soul, Silver, and Platinum, so it's not a great example. Oh my god, seriously? But I've talked about it a lot. Like, I love the versatility of the evolutions. So it's like you're not always using the same one every time. And so I do remember if I was running Vaporeon, I would quickly head over here to get a Waterstone as quickly as possible. Although I guess at this point, maybe there is one that's earlier in vanilla. I don't remember. I do not remember. I know there's It's good to hear. I'm glad your weekend went well. There is a Firestone in the desert, so whenever I would run Growlithe into Arcanine, that would be something that I would beeline towards as well. But yeah, I guess we might as well keep the repels up. I don't think there's anything I'm missing here. Like, I got the item back there. This is blocked off until post-game, I would bet. That's like Secret Sword and all of that. Is there... I guess I'll throw the dowsing machine up just in case, but... yeah, I think we need Waterfall to access here. There is an item in the ranch that you can get to with Surf. Maybe it's a grotto? I'm trying to remember. Like, I don't think there's anything on this side. I think I have to go all the way around, I want to say. Yeah, nothing here. At least I thought so. This should be fairly quick, I think. At least up to, what's it? Like, Nimbasa Driftveil area should be pretty quick. Because Castelia, it's pretty much just... I'm gonna have to change the season real quick, because I think there is at least an item or two that I can get with Surf, with the water level raised. Get here a Miltank. Worth checking out, I suppose. Yeah, okay. In that case, I feel like it'd be quicker to fly, but I'm just gonna bike my way out of here because I can't remember. I feel like there is something I can get down here without waterfall. Yeah, like I think there might even be a trainer on the other side of here, which means I'm gonna check my lead real quick for experience distribution. Lead Nito. Art scale, okay. Very valuable in vanilla. Not as valuable here because we can just buy them, but hey, I mean, never a bad thing to find heart scale. There are trainers here, though. I know that much. And I want to say that item up there, yeah, that's all by waterfall. Shit. Or wait, I think the trainers are these, like... I don't think they're in the holes, I think they are these lumps. Right? Yeah. It's very, very Gen 3 Route 13-esque. With the trainers hiding in the sand. Solid lead. We outspeed this and probably kill it with jab or tail. Tail even better, as I established last time with the high crit rate. And poison chance, which obviously no poison chance, but that at least means that it's boosted by sheer force. And we take no recoil. But the crit chance is still intact, because crit chance is not an extra effect in the same way. At least, typically it's not. It's like Night Slash and Psycho Cut and Leaf Blade and stuff like that. Wait, does Psycho Cut have a high crit chance? I don't remember. I know Night Slash and Leaf Blade do, for sure. I feel like Psycho Cut does. It must if it's 70 BP normally. Lit. Tropius. Wait, should I take the EXP share off of Zoroark? Yeah, maybe after this battle, because it's pretty much caught up. Just needs better moves. Just Poison Tail again. I know Ice Punch is right there, but this should kill anyway. Yeah. Tropius always seemed like it would have a pre-evolution. It's like... It's one of those weird ones where it's such a large Pokemon, but with no related mons. Like, I don't know, it seems interesting. Almost seems, because it's got the fruit grass thing going on, maybe related to Hoenn and Flapple, you know, like, and Appleton and Hydrapple and all them. Honestly, I forgot about those guys. Those might be some of my favorite. More so Appleton, and I think Hydrapple's kind of cool, but like Appleton is a strong Gen 8 design, I think. Little apple pie, thick dragon thing. I like that. I definitely used one in my Sword and Shield playthrough. For sure. I'm gonna sell the Water Stone. What was I thinking here? Take the EXP share off of Zoro. Need to nickname him too. Oh no, wait, I can't nickname him, right? I can do that in PK Hex. I'll probably just do that. Just call him Shadow or something. Yeah, you need better moves though. Definitely needs better moves. And then, as far as a held item is concerned, I just wonder, I think having a dark type is good, but at the same time I'm like, Zoroark is so frail. I feel like it gets a U-turn though, maybe, so at least then I could pivot out in that case. Muscle Band, Metronome. There's not really anything super great here. Honestly, let me see. I think it gets Psyshock. No, it doesn't. Okay, you do. Inner Shock. I can check what his hidden power is, because that would maybe be good. I don't... Because did I check Zoro's hidden power? Wait. It was something bad. Or no, it was hidden power fighting, I think. Which actually, with his current moveset, would not be bad, just like looking at what he has currently, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was hidden power fighting. I don't think it gets any of these. Power Punch Echoed Voice is not great. Do you get Incinerate? I know you get Flamethrower. You do? Okay. Just coverage. Brutal Swing. Might as well check if it's Power Gem. I don't think so, but might as well check. Anybody get Volt Switch? Just want to see? I doubt it. Oh, dude, if Metagross got Volt Switch, that'd be so nice. No one gets T-Wave. Maybe that's one that I'm missing is like... What if I grabbed an Electros? If Zoroark isn't cutting it like bulk-wise, I grab a Tynamo from Charge Stone. And we do that. I might have already sold my Thunderstone, but I can... No, I think we can get one from Castelia, because there's one that... No, wait, maybe not. I don't know. Either way, if there is one that I can find or buy... In fact, yeah, you can buy them from somewhere. I think it was Driftail Market, I want to say. I found that. Because then it's Levitate, so it's not another Ground Weak Mon. Unless we're facing a Mold Breaker Excadrill specifically. Or like, I guess any Mold Breaker Mon that has EQ, so Haxorus would be a possibility on that, but for the most part, it'd be something that wouldn't be too worried about. Poison Jab, just you. Yeah, Grass Knot's solid. Because I'm just not sure. I like the idea of using Zoroark. I do. And I do want to give it a shot, but it's also like... It is a fast and frail mon with like... I don't know. It could work. It could maybe work. I'm just a little wary of it. We'll take this because the special attack drop at least. Butterfly Serve, Strength, Energy Ball. Chandelier should get this, right? Yeah. That's, yeah, for hitting water types. Because I would maybe leave this in on a water type if Energy Ball kills, right? Whereas Clear Smog, I mean, has its uses, I suppose, but in reality, that's not going to stick around for long anyway. Brick Break. Megatron gets it. It's not a punching move, but yeah, EQ is obviously better for now until we get Hammer Arm. I'm hoping the Iron Fist boost allows us to like Hammer Arm into Bullet Punch and kill stuff. I hope so. If that kind of combination fails to pick up KOs, then I might just switch this back to Clear Body. But it was worth a shot. Well, it's still worth a shot. Just gotta see. Lead who? Yeah, there won't be that many trainers in the older areas. Like the sewers, there's not going to be anybody, I don't think. Maybe there'll be one or two that I missed, but I actually don't think so. It's just the stream might screw up a little bit when I change my computer's clock, but I'll change it right back after I walk back in. I feel pretty confident about just attacking this. Oh, well, not so much anymore. At least I chipped it for Ice Punch. Ingrain. Yeah, I'm thinking either an electric type or maybe even a grass type. I don't know what grass type I'd use. Let me look at my squad real quick. I like how Zoroark looks with the rest of the squad. I'm just thinking grass type. How many fire weeks do I have? You're neutral, just one fire week currently. Flying. I've got 2 weak and only 1 resist, so that's not the greatest. And I guess an electric type would be another flying resist, which is good. Yeah, because the issue with Scizor on this team was that, like, it doesn't really... I mean, it has resistances, kind of, but, like, it's neutral to a lot of stuff, which is also good, like, that... I think that can speak for itself. I also wouldn't have wanted a Scyther for Elisa, either. Don't know how useful it would have been against Clay, either. So, like, I could snag a Scyther now, I could... and, like, just resume that plan and use Scizor. It does seem a bit redundant, though, as I was saying, since I have a bug type already, and I have a steel type already. Like a bullet punching steel type, even. So it like, fast and powerful, can live hits. Like, I already have Metagross kind of serving that role. Although Scizor could run, like, Swords Dance, be like a setup cleaner, or something like that. I mean, in reality, there's a ton of options. I'm just thinking what would best complement, and I'm like, Wait. Did she ask if it was my birthday randomly? It's not. I don't know where that would have been registered. Is that in the emulator somewhere? I mean, I don't really need the cash. I'll just hang on to that. We'll sell this. What other electric type would I run? I tried Galvantula, and I like Galvantula a lot design-wise, but just... it's one of those that's a little one-dimensional, and it's also, like, not as great as I remember it being. Or rather, you can make it work in vanilla, but in a hack like this, I don't know, unless they buffed it. Let me pull up the docs. It's always good to have up anyway. But let me see if they... I doubt they change... Galvantula's stats are, like, not... they're not bad enough to buff, I don't think, but they're also not amazing. Revolves at 39. Oh no, they did buff him. Wait a second. Still 108 speed, which is good. Okay, 97 got buffed to 103 for special attack. Still 70, 60, 60 bulk, which is not great. 92 attack now instead of 77. I don't know exactly why you would want that. Now compatible with TM76 Bug Buzz. Maybe... I feel like maybe Bug Buzz wasn't always a TM, and that's why they're putting that there. Let's see here. Again, that's another bug, though, which I already had, like a special attacking bug, so it's like, okay, Flygon's kind of there for that. Did they buff the eel? Electros? No, they didn't. Okay. Well, maybe they just gave it better moves or something, right? We could run Coil, Setup. I mean, it's gonna get like T-Wave, and I'm sure there's some utility I can throw on there too. Gastro Acid, I guess, is an option. I don't know that I would run that, but... Ferrothorn could be an interesting thing. I'm just thinking, we're going into Chargestone Cave, and I'm like, what could I snag as a backup 6th member if Zoroark isn't panning out? Chargestone. That it also isn't ground weak, ideally. Not much. Not much in here that isn't ground weak. Like if Zone got Levitate or something, which it doesn't, which would be kind of, I feel like that'd be a little much. Chandelure I feel like could be Levitate and be fine, but Magnezone, I don't know. Magnezone would be the alternative to Metagross, realistically speaking. I'm thinking Dynamo's a really low chance encounter, but Electros is kind of cool because you can kind of build it however you want. Like I feel like its stats are pretty solid across the board. Like you can run special attacking, you can run physically attacking, you can run bulky. It's not fast. That's like the main thing, but it doesn't have any weaknesses with its ability. So again, barring Mold Breaker or Gastro Acid, I wouldn't have to worry about that. What else? Keep thinking about it, but I want to keep making progress. I don't want to dawdle too much. I will buy probably more Super Repels, though. Yeah, might as well. Maybe what I should do... Well, I'll eventually get around to leading this. I want to get these guys to 43, and then I'll start leading Zoro. And we'll kind of see what we can do with that. Before I, like, decide to not use it. Let me think. There's no surfing spots in the actual complex, but got that item that was to the right. I'm pretty sure it's... Isn't it just this item that's to the north here? I think. Sludge Bomb. Nidoking. Might be time to change your nature, buddy. It just might be. No, I want the Verbank theme. I don't want this. Special attack stats still kind of respectable. Well, maybe not. Maybe not now that everyone's fully evolved. Okay, I take that back. I take that back. When I had a bunch of middle evos, then yeah, sure. 80 is like not horrendous, but it's not great. Is base 80. I mean, Sludge Bomb is base 90. This has a high crit chance though, and I'm like, the longer I run physical Nidoking, the more I'm like, The thing is that Bulldoze is really weak, so eventually I will want Earth Power at least. I could totally run Mix though. That's definitely an option. Not really a reason. Well, unless I want to go for the crits. I was gonna say there's not really a reason to run Sludge Bomb over this, because the higher attack stat, of course. But in fact, well, and the crit chance. But yeah, I don't know. Definitely would take Earth Power over this though. But, like, that's good coverage. I mean, Ice Beam eventually, sure, is better. You don't get any special fairy moves, but I could run, like, Substitute, or Protect, or just, like, some utility move here, or just extra coverage, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, whatever. I'm pretty sure that's it for Verbank, right? I don't think... I can look around a little bit more, but I don't know that there's much that's inaccessible without Surf. Like, we can get there, we can get there. We already got that. Okay, in that case, we head over here. Open up Adjust Date and Time. The chat and or the stream might get, like, a little wonky for 60 seconds, but before I enter here, I'm just going to change it to June. Let's see here, set time automatically off. Change to June, so that way it's summer when I walk in here. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Now I walk in. It's summer, the water level is raised, and then I set time automatically again. Yeah. Oh, I can't even do that, okay. Yeah, I got the item that was over here already. There's nothing to surf to because the grate is up. Throw the, whoops, throw the dowsing machine up. Oh. No, that's not the way I get there anyway. There actually is a number of items here. Now that I'm seeing the dowsing machine, like, freaking out. Bulk up? Okay, okay. If anything can learn that, that is. And honestly, the more I think about Electros, I'm like, Coil is such a cool move. Like, attack, defense, and accuracy, like, it's such an interesting... It's an interesting thing. Interesting move. Ideally, I'd want to run it alongside something that's kind of inaccurate but powerful. I don't know if he gets... I don't know if he learns, like, Gunk Shot from the tutor, or... I feel like he might. Maybe? Obviously not a physical move, but you could run, like, Thunder if you were doing mixed Coil. Which seems weird because you're buffing your attack, your physical attack, but at the same time, you're also buffing your accuracy, so it's like, okay. You need to hit something special on the special side of things. You could do that. Metal Powder, that's a Ditto thing. Raises Ditto's defense. It's another item like Lucky Punch where I'm like, why would you ever actually use this? It's probably even worse than Lucky Punch, honestly. Because I don't know if that... I guess before Imposter, it's like, oh... Yeah, I guess because, like, think about Gen 1 mechanics. Ditto before transforming is only weak to fighting. I'm sorry, Gen 2, because held items weren't anything in Gen 1, but you know what I mean. Ditto was only weak to fighting, and fighting could only be physical. Like, fighting was specifically physical. So an item that raises your defense so that way you get the transform off, I guess I can see it. Why they kept it around, I have no idea. It's an odd one. Like, Berserk Gene isn't a thing anymore, I don't think. Yeah, I guess Magnezone could be another option. It's just, man, that's a lot of ground weak mons. And yeah, I guess if I take Electros, then that's 2 levitators that I can switch into on earthquakes, which is good. Simmer probably lives an earthquake from something. It doesn't make it a switch in though. I do like Magnezone though. I'm a little torn because, like, I guess depending on what changes and to the extent of which the changes that are made, that's terribly phrased, but you know what I'm saying, in Aurora Crystal, depending on how many changes are implemented, like if there's megas and stuff like that or something, because it seems pretty ambitious from what I've seen, not like of the game, but just like of the documentation on GitHub, assuming that's, like, you know, up to date and they're not planning to not implement those features. But what I'm getting to is that pretty much every Johto playthrough I run Ampharos, and so I was thinking maybe it'd be fun this time to not do that. But then it's like, okay, if Megas are implemented, then okay, Mega Ampharos, that's an obvious one. I guess Scizor could be another option too, if I'm gonna use that there. Although Mega Scizor, not, still an upgrade, still definitely better, but not as substantial, I would say, as Mega Ampharos. Because, like, Scizor is just a good mon, period. Whereas Ampharos is not bad mon, but it's also not, like, it's not amazing, you know, in its vanilla state. Not bad either, kind of like middle of the road, honestly. It's solid for in-game, is what I mean to say. Alright, so we know there's an item over further to the left. I know there's one to the north. How do I... Oh. I think this is it, actually. Wait, maybe it is on the other side. Yeah, no, it is. Whoops. I'm kind of surprised that, I don't know, I feel like it'd be nice if once you cast Surf, that you could just walk into the water and it would just let you go instead of having to use it every single time. Kind of like how when you use Strength in a room, it'll let you push boulders until you leave that room. And even then, having to cast it in the first place is, like, kind of clunky. Anyway. Yeah, this was all accessible, I think. This was not. There's nothing in here. You'd think that would have been a hidden grotto or something. Just like a cool dungeony hidden grotto instead of being in the trees, you know? That's not correct. I think it's here, maybe. Yeah. Wow, an Ultra Ball. Amazing. Oh wait, yeah, there's like a weird area up here. I always forget. Wait a second. Yeah, there's like a gang up here that jumps you or something, and they're like, "Oh, you found our secret hiding spot." Maybe a reference to in Johto that route south of Goldenrod where you can surf to 3 trainers that actually all spot you at the same time, quote unquote. Obviously, they have to fight you one by one, at least in the original Gen 2. Is this... Are you gonna go for water move on the resist? Really? There's like a little fly on my screen. Hold up. How the fuck did I get in here? Oh, well, that's actually really good for me. Like, thanks for the better defensive typing, damn. It's crazy. We keep getting these crits from the high crit rate too. So I don't know, I'm kind of a Poison Tail fan in this, at least. I feel like I just stayed in Poison Tail. Yeah, like this isn't gonna do a lot, but it's not like an optimized Chinchino. Now, obviously, Metagross is probably the correct switch in here, but if you go for Tail Slap again, then Chandelure works just as well. Tickle. Hey, Tickle a ghost. Just Flame Burst. We're not faster, but they're dumb, so. Because obviously Rock Blast would have been scary there if it has it. So, what's in here? Oh, another one of you guys. They always say that, though. Has anyone seen them say anything differently and give you an item that is, like, not just an antidote? Because I don't think I have. Not that I come back here regularly to check, but... And maybe it's because I just reset the clock, that could be a thing. That is something that Pokemon does. If you reset the clock, it takes, like, 24 hours for it to... for clock-based events to, like... actually start working again. I think I lead you so that I can switch train a little bit. And I was trying to think, I was like, okay, I kind of want a dark type, but I kind of want an electric type. Electric dark, I think Luxray is the only electric dark in this hack, so that, like, could be an option. That's a good item for Zoro, though. Solid. I'm gonna move it over first, though, because that way when I remove it, it'll go back to the free space. I don't know where I would find Luxray in this, and also I feel like Luxray's opportunity to be used would be in Renegade on like a subsequent playthrough, when that makes sense. If I wanted to diversify the team. Like, let's say that I eventually get back to Renegade and use a different starter and I build a completely different team or something. Oh, that's right, they actually... Yeah. There's like a little cutscene, kind of... Well, not cutscene, but you know what I mean. It's the Crocodile Gang. It's my people. The bee. Let me see how they changed Luxray. No stat changes, which is interesting. I don't know if that's the right call. I feel like Luxray's stats are very middling. But maybe the extra resistances from dark typing is enough. Sorry, there's this like fucking fly that I'm trying to get the fuck out of here without smudging my screen too much. This I'll just bulldoze. Oh shit. There's a good chunk. You would go for that again. Does Dragon Breath kill from this range, though? Do not know. Yeah, no stat buffs on Luxray is definitely interesting. Shinx is found in the Verbank? Verbank Complex. Yeah, that makes sense. Just go for Dragon Breath. T-Spike. Two KOs. Yeah, that's, Vibrava really starting to not be very good. What's up, Space Cowboy? But I still have a good number of levels before Vibrava even evolves, which is a little annoying. But once it does, it's going to be pretty crazy. With that, with the stat increases and all of that. Blah Blue. It goes into Blah Blue. I go into... Obviously Megatron is probably the correct answer here. Was alright. Weekend was alright. Pretty chill. Played a lot of Dark Souls 3. I'm like very into that game right now. I'm actually like almost done with it. At least the non-DLC stuff. I think I only have 2 more bosses to fight before the final boss. And honestly, overall, it's been pretty manageable, considering the series' reputation. It took some getting used to with, like, attacks using up your stamina. But, like, I looked into it, and apparently this comparison is, like, maligned by Monster Hunter fans, but I'm coming into this as a Monster Hunter fan, and I actually do see a lot of similarities, at least with the combat. It's like, okay, rolling out of the way, and it uses stamina, and once you're out of stamina, you can't roll anymore. And, like, slow and deliberate attacks. It's just you can't really, like, combo in the same way, obviously. It's not, like, as flashy, at least as the newer games are. Or even the older ones, I would say, but... Can I go hard at this? Is that dumb? Are you gonna drill run immediately? Oh shit, wait. That powers up my fire type moves. Hold up. It's still been fun though, like wait. Why the Oh, you're a Zoroark. You're also an asshole for that crit. God damn it, dude. You're fucking Zoro. I was like, Night Days? I do remember these fights being tricky because I don't think I can heal between them. So I might actually white out here, especially because they're level 50s, which I didn't, it didn't quite click that I'm like under-leveled for this. So yeah, if we have to fight these guys back-to-back, I lose. But yeah, there have been a handful of Dark Souls 3 bosses that I have had to attempt, like, I don't know, half a dozen times or something, but there hasn't really been anything that's, like, super crazy, like... Okay, Dancer of the Boreal Valley had me kind of raging a little bit, mildly, but I just need to, like, set it down and come back the next day or whatever. It was, like, not a huge deal. That was probably the one that took me the most tries. Maybe that one was closer to, like, a dozen tries or something, but... Nothing too insane. But the last 3 bosses I have to fight, as I understand, understandably, are on the harder side, which does make sense. I think I'd just lose. Yakuza 4, I did chip away at that. I'm now on part 4, so finally get to play as Kiryu, which is cool. But I stopped like immediately at the start, so I haven't like seen anything of that yet. But yeah, I did end up finishing up part 3 of that. And that's kind of been the game I've been playing for my storytelling itch. Whenever I'm feeling that, because Dark Souls I couldn't really give less of a shit. I'm gonna be honest about. Well, okay, there's some things where I'm like, I'll encounter an area or like something, and I'll be like, huh, like I'll be a little curious about what happened or something, you know, about the state of the world. Have some questions about that. I don't know what to click here. Let's say just hidden power. But like, Dark Souls is infamous for not really having direct storytelling in that way. And so yeah, Yakuza's been kind of filling that role. There's been like kind of some dumb-ish stuff in the story, but I thus far it hasn't really bothered me in a major way. Like there's been some revelations where I'm like, I can see why people don't like that, but at the same time, I need to like see where it's going ultimately to kind of determine if I think it is actually stupid or not. And granted, I mean, if you're playing a Japanese game and you're not expecting for some stupid bullshit in the story, like, I don't know what to tell you, you know? Like, there's always going to be something. As great as some Japanese game stories are, it's honestly my preference a lot of the time, but there is definitely some dumb shit in even my favorite Japanese game stories. Not to say there's not stuff like that on the Western side of things too, but I feel like Western games, storytelling-wise, tend to focus more in on, like, films and even, like, serialized television, whereas Japanese games are more so anime-focused, so it's, like, it's just a difference in tropes, really. Primarily. Yeah, if you have Drill Run, I think I just lose. I mean, Metagross probably lives one and maybe kills in return, but Razor Shell, oh, I forgot you got that. And the defense drop is really shitty. I do like the idea of Metagross being my last bastion of hope. It's like I only bring him out when I absolutely need to, but I think well, I might be fine for this battle, but again, if I have to fight these guys back to back, it's not going to be pretty. Oh my god. Scavalier is strong, man. Kind of a cool design, though. I do like it. Okay, yeah, no. I'm gonna come back later for this, I guess. Holy shit. Oh, and it's a double battle. Unless I'm... No. I was like, unless I'm fully healed, but no. That's not gonna be the case. Slacking is surprisingly fast. I mean, I lose. I just straight up... Yeah. Wouldn't even let me get a bullet punch in on the Gardevoir? Come on, now. I'm assuming the last trainer's gonna be a triple battle even, so... I need to come back. Maybe even when I'm over-leveled, since there are 3 trainers back-to-back, each with level 50s. 3 to 4 Pokemon each. It was like, maybe it's 4 Pokemon each exactly. Yeah, I don't know, when it comes to Dark Souls 3, I'm just like, I don't know really how to explain why. I was considering even dropping it, like at a certain point, not even necessarily for a particular reason, but more just like, okay, I've kind of seen what this game is about. I didn't necessarily feel like I needed to play more, but every time I beat a boss, it was like, there is something compelling about, oh, this next area though. You know, see what's up. And I will say, Irithyll the Boreal Valley was one of those where I was getting really annoyed with the regular encounters. Why do they keep asking if it's my birthday? I don't understand. But that place is like kind of infamous from what I read into for being a difficulty spike in a sense. But I managed to push through, and then it's like, oh, new boss fight, okay. Check out what's up with this. And yeah, a lot of the boss fights have become kind of trivialized just because some of them I didn't discover initially, and so going back and doing those. And really by the mid to late game, it is a lot about stats. Like, you still have to perform well and not get hit too much, but your damage output can be really insane if you know what to, like, spec into, or at the very least if you're upgrading your weapons regularly and all that. It's like my weapon's maxed out, Claymore's maxed out, strength build, you know, but like I started looking into like the fucking soft caps for stats at a certain point just because I was curious, and the RPG player in me wants to min-max in a sense. But yeah, like there have been some hurdles, not really necessarily boss fights, but just like areas that have been some hurdles. But I think part of it is scratching the Monster Hunter itch from the combat side of things, because there are certain encounters that are like, this feels similar. It's not the same, but it feels similar enough, close enough. It's a comparison that I can make as someone who's put it, you know, hundreds and hundreds of hours into Monster Hunter games over the past, what, 15 years or something like that? Damn near, at least. Whenever Tri came out, which was like, what, 2009, 2010 maybe? I just keep spraying. Spray and pray. Yeah, it's cool. I just have a few bosses left. And of course the DLC. Now see, the DLC is like where I'm conflicted if I'm gonna care enough to like do it, or maybe I come back later, or whatever. But I didn't finish my thought, I guess, about combat-wise, kind of scratching the Monster Hunter itch, sort of. And then progression-wise, it's like, it's not really Metroidvania because you're not earning abilities that allow you to get to new areas, but it kind of scratches a similar itch of gaining access to a new location because you have a new item, or you beat a certain boss, or like whatever. And just like that exploration side of things, even though the areas are pretty contained. I'd say I do this because they should be pretty low level compared to me at this point. Oh, what was I saying though? From the achievement side of things, I actually have like most of them now. And I don't think there are any for the DLC specifically. Not that that should be the end-all be-all, but it's also like, we'll see how satisfied I feel once I beat the final boss, like how that goes. Yeah, level 32, got this handled. And part of me does like the idea of getting all the achievements in Dark Souls 3, just so that way I have like, I feel like I have some authority on the matter. I think beating the game is enough, because if you look at the percentages of people who have beaten certain bosses, it's like, I think I'm at the point where it's like 40% or so have gotten that far, which is actually pretty high. I'd have to check exactly what the percentage is on the endings, but there's also 3 different endings, so the math on that might be a little bit tricky to determine if people got different endings, you know? And like didn't do a second run, for instance, but yeah. Yeah, but it really is one of those things where, like, I feel compelled to play it, primarily because it's not really story focused, so I can have a YouTube video or a podcast or something going. But I also wouldn't necessarily say at the same time that it's like cracked my upper echelon or anything. But the fact that I've gotten as far as I am, I think, is some kind of testament. To how much I'm enjoying it, that is. Yeah. You can't synchronize the burn onto me, assuming you are synchronized. Yeah. Doesn't work that way. Foul play, my attack stat is very low. That doesn't work. I feel like Hex, because I'm 10 levels above, I feel like Hex would actually do kind of a lot. Still base 130 even though it's resisted. I'll try it. Yeah. Wow. Na-na-na-na. Yeah, I will say, when it comes to Yakuza 4, I guess I already talked about how there's like some story things. I mean, I have to kind of see where the story shakes out to determine if certain things that have already happened are dumb or not, which is a weird place to be, but I'm not... It's not something that I'm kind of used to, as I said, when it comes to Japanese games in certain cases. Where it's like, okay, they can actually... It's like, okay, this might seem a little bit dumb, or like it could be. We kind of need to see where like the payoff ends up first, in my opinion. Like 7 Remake is one of those. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's like the ending kind of goes in a direction that... Like, I was fine with the changes that they made earlier on, but like the ending kind of took it to a whole new level, and then I'm like, okay, but this can be remedied, or like this can actually work if the follow-ups end up like... Dude, stop. Why does she keep asking me this? Can I say no so that she stops asking me this? No. Okay, do you stop asking me? Alright, whatever. Yeah. Still waiting on that Rebirth PC port, though. That'll be a day 1 for me, for sure. But I guess 16 has to come over first. Which, I don't think there's been any word on that. I actually don't know if FF16 had the last DLC released yet, either. Because I don't know, I just don't really pay attention until it's time for these games to come to PC. I just don't really... Like, I'll hear about it if it comes up on podcasts I listen to or whatever, but I'm not, like, seeking out information, per se. It's like It'll come over when it comes over. I'm just hoping they skip out on EGS, so I don't have to wait like an additional year for no reason. Then again, they brought Kingdom Hearts over to Steam recently. Granted, it was on EGS on PC exclusively for a little while, but they did do that. And Square has been vocal about not doing the platform exclusive thing, so I hope that that means storefronts on PC are a similar thing. They just put it up both on EGS and Steam at once, because you are definitely... Obviously, if Epic Games helps fund your game, then I get it. It's like Alan Wake 2 is a big one. That, Epic had a big hand in that, like getting that game made, so okay, it makes sense that maybe it never comes to Steam or it takes a while. But when it comes to, what was I gonna say? In any other case, you're just like limiting. So like, yeah, you get the paycheck from their help to like produce the game and or like whatever, but you are limiting yourself on sales. When these companies put the games specifically on EGS and not on Steam, there are, I would say, not an inconsequential amount of PC players who are very stringently Steam only. I'm one of them. I did have a GOG account that I used for a while, but then I was like, why am I not just getting these on Steam? I know GOG has like no DRM and stuff, but it's also limited in what games are available. And also, if the DRM becomes an issue or the games get delisted or I can't access them anymore, then like I'm just gonna find them elsewhere. If you get my meaning, if it comes to that. And I'll have no moral qualms because I know full well that I paid for those games to begin with. It's a weird thing. I don't know. It's whatever. Like I just like Steam as a platform overall. Wish Rosa and Nate had a more active role. Yeah, they're just like the introduction to the Battle Subway, and that's it. I don't know if they like show up in the Battle Subway at all, or what, but I'm glad that Nidoking has been putting in work. I hope that keeps up. I might need to give him a plus speed nature to have that be the case. But we'll see. I just need to determine if I'm going to try to run a mix set or not. I don't have a strength guy. Which I don't think makes this impossible, but it makes it a little annoying. I mean, the move deleter's right out there, and I have heart scales for move reminder, so it wouldn't necessarily hurt to teach something. Anything at bulk up, but it wouldn't necessarily hurt to teach something strength. No one gets bulk up. Like you, for instance. In fact, I think Struggle Bug is at TM, so I won't even have to use a heart scale for that. And the TM for U-turns on Route 7, so I will be getting that relatively soon. There's an item. That's on the other side, isn't it? TM for Play Rough, okay. These dust clouds keep popping up when I don't want them to. It's nice that they spawn in quicker, but at the same time, it's a little intrusive, just a bit. Is there not an item over here though? No. Guess not. And then SMT5 Vengeance I've been still chipping away at. I'm a little annoyed that it's fun, I enjoy it. I like just exploring and side questing and doing combat and stuff. But from like a story standpoint and a pacing standpoint, because I'm like doing everything and like filling out the compendium and all that, I'm a little annoyed how it feels like nothing is happening. And even when something happens, like something big just happened in the story, but it's like it's been so long since like a story thing happened because I've been doing the side quests and stuff that it's like I kind of lost that the potential attachment to what is going on in the narrative. That said, still from a gameplay standpoint, it's awesome, but like I'm still really enjoying it from that front. And it's not even that the story is necessarily bad. It kind of feel like it's doing sort of the bare minimum though, which is not like a great spot to be in. This might be guts, so it's probably not even worth will-o-wisping this. But then again, from what I hear, the Vengeance story is much more fleshed out than even the base game, which has me a little curious, but also nervous as to what the base game story could possibly be like. I don't know if there was... I wonder if there was anything added to the base game story at all. Because I might just do a New Game Plus run once I'm done. And, like, just kind of just do the story content for Canon of Creation just to see it. And, like, see the differences and all of that. But... yeah, I'll have plenty more to say once I finish it and do a video on it. I am still making steady progress on that Strange Journey video, by the way. So that will be up at the end of the month for sure, like for real this time. Then I gotta do a video on SMT4, but I probably won't get around to actually working on that till I get back from my trip. But I do want to start ramping up video production again and like doing more. I know I've said that before, like a month or two ago. Nice, 2 points. But this time, I feel like stronger about it because I kind of feel bad that I haven't been uploading as much. I know I just gotta take it at my own pace and stuff, but like, there's been some moments where it's like, okay, I definitely could have done more. I definitely could have. It's not even just like lamenting the past, it's just more like I want to be better going forward about that. Thankfully, the videos that I have put out have been doing, like, pretty good numbers, all things considered. I can't really complain about where those are sitting. Like, even months following my initial, like, Persona 3 through 5 character tier list, people are still clicking on the newer ones, which is cool. Even though it's, like, been a while. And yeah, the other two didn't do as well as the first one, but that's kind of understandable, right? Is this a good lead? Is this a good disguise? I guess I could go for Psychic move, so... yeah. I don't think... I have this feeling that Zoroark's not going to be the final member. I think it was a good idea. I like it conceptually on the team. And like, yeah, maybe in a competitive setting, it could actually work, or like better, but it's just like in-game this thing is kinda, I think it's hidden power fighting. Yeah, it is, nice. No sturdy either, okay, interesting. Beedle-dee-doo. Ba-bum-ba-bum-ba-bum-ba-bum. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about some other video ideas, because I've already played, what, 4, and like going on, I'm currently playing my 5th Yakuza game. And so it's like, that's something that I could talk about on the channel. I don't know in what context, I don't really have footage of me playing any of them, because I didn't really plan on doing that, but it's like, okay. Maybe once I play through 6, which is, but also isn't now the end of Kiryu's saga. At least it was pitched as that initially. I know, like, it's Ichiban's story starting in 7, but, like, Kiryu shows up. Like, I know that much. But it's not really his story, so, like, I don't know. Anyway, to not get on that tangent, it's more so... once I've played 0 through 6, which I only have 2 games left after this. I'm probably gonna take a break, though, for sure, before 5, because I know 5 is a big game, and then 6 not so much. That could be something where it's like, okay, played through Kiryu's saga, be more of a casual discussion. I don't know necessarily how I feel about that. It could work. It's just in that case, I would kind of... I guess I would have liked to have captured footage from each game as I was playing it. If I thought that I was going to do that. And I could jump back in and just do that, I guess. And I'd have to, like, reinstall them and, like, I don't know. Oh, you got Bubble Man and Drill Man finally? Hell yeah, dude. Nicely done. So you just have, like, the later guys now? Like, the secret area guys and, the rival fights or whatever. Gutsman, Kingman, stuff like that. Alright, we'll keep leading Zoro and see what's up. I think Zoro's moveset right now is really bad. Oh, you did the second area too? Oh, hell yeah, dude. Nice. So yeah, that actually does just pretty much leave, was it Dark Man, Yamato Man, and, or Japan Man, and, Proto Man. Ba-ba. Probably think of Zoroark as another temporary party member. He's an illusionist, right? New class. New class unlocked. What do I go into on this? This? Knockoff's a little scary. Also, you're probably Guts. There's an excuse to click play rough, I guess. I also resist your fighting attacks. The scary face. Smacking him up. Yeah, I still do have the Nier games to play. Still do have those. 7 program advances left. Okay, not bad, not bad. Also got to do a PvP match for Delta. And to get the Mistman chips. There's like a specific, it's on a thread, I think there's maybe a pin post in the trading thread on the Discord server where it's like there's some kind of special place to go on the server for like mixing records or whatever they call it, like sharing chip data. And so if you do that and find someone, it took me like 5 seconds, someone was online and they were just like, okay, let's just do it real quick. I set up the room, sent them the code, and we did that. And then you can just buy the chips from Higsby. I don't have a repel up? I mean, the max repel ran out and I didn't apply a super. That makes sense. Also, we have another max repel now, which is funny. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's super quick. I mean, it's not. Shouldn't be too much of a hassle. I guess eventually I will get around to doing the BN4 post-game, which I guess I didn't intend to do initially. I could also make that a subscriber goal and, like, really push myself to try to put out videos to get to that goal, you know? But at the same time, I'm kind of like, I don't know, I kind of feel fine with just doing that eventually. Maybe when I get back, that could be what I stream, because I already have all the standard chips in Red Sun, as I've said a million times. So, and I've done like the 3 playthroughs, obviously, because you need to do that to get certain chips if you're not trading. I think it was Hex. It's probably still 2 KOs. Oh wow, yeah, I mean, I was right. Leaning more in a 1-hit KO, on the 1-hit KO side, but still technically a 2-hit KO. Prankster Confuse Ray. It's a little annoying. Dude, seriously? See, if I burned you... Well, I mean, it has a high crit rate, to be fair, but yeah, it's kind of annoying. I go into this and play rough, I suppose. I guess that this Will-O-Wisp, that's kind of bad. I guess it's another case for running special Nidoking, because then I don't have to worry about burn, but... This is a solid Zoroark switch in. Okay. Oh, never mind. Imprison. Yeah, it does feel nice that I feel like I'm making headway on my backlog. It does help that there's a lot of games that I wouldn't say I've written off, but it's like, I don't know. It's more so that I rarely buy games if I'm not going to play them right away, kind of deal. Like I said, I did break that rule technically with the summer sale with Star Ocean and Yakuza 7, but it's like I didn't get to Yakuza 7, heard nothing but good things about Star Ocean, so it's like I should definitely play that. I'll probably play Final Fantasy X first to start making headway on those again. Whenever I finish Vengeance, I think that I'm gonna pivot back into Final Fantasy for a bit, because I've been playing mainline SMT for like literally months at this point, since like May. So I guess it hasn't been that long in the grand scheme, but like that has been my turn-based JRPG. Has been like Strange Journey into SMT4 into 5 Vengeance, and I still feel like I have a ways to go with Vengeance. Anyhow, maybe not necessarily story-wise, but I do enjoy the gameplay loop and everything in that game enough to want to do as much as possible and be very complete and thorough with my stuff. And it's one of those two where I feel like I could reliably set it down and come back to it later and like pick up where I left off as far as post-game and stuff and doing all of that, like getting all the meme on and filling out the compendium and shit like that. That's something that I can just like keep active. It's an instance where it's like, okay, the story isn't really doing much for me, even though there's some cool stuff that I do like, but it's like, I don't know. It feels like a little bland to me. But it's so fun to play that I don't even really necessarily mind. Which I would say, I feel like is kind of an odd thing for me to say if you've heard my opinions on games for a long time, where it's like, usually, in most cases... Well, okay. I would say in most cases, for a game to strike my, like, all-time list, like, truly the all-time list, there has to be some kind of narrative element that I'm into. Right, like, even this game, I like this game's story. It is not, like, the greatest story ever told, but as a Pokemon story, I think it's really strong, follows up really well in the first game. Like, there's narrative elements that I really like here. So, there's that. Lots of other examples. Usually that is, like, kind of what, for me, sets aside the games that I might have enjoyed a playthrough of, but might not come back to, and the games that I am likely to return to time and time again because they crack the all-time list. Or at least, if not all-time list, then at least, like, genre list, or series list, or something like that. Night Slash versus Snarl. And so I'd say, like, I would hesitate to call SMT5 thus far like an all-timer for me, like truly, like top of the top, because the story feels lacking, but I would say it's up there as far as the mainline titles I played because of the gameplay primarily. Having not finished Vengeance yet, I would say I think Nocturne actually has a more cohesive, feels like it has a more cohesive like vision to it and everything. Even though the story is very sparse there, it's like it feels, you can tell it's intentional and not because it was like rushed out or half-baked or like whatever, or being kind of like retrofitted onto this enhanced re-release even. Because it's like the new stuff like the Kadistu and all that are really cool, but I'm almost like, I wish this was just built from the ground up with this to begin with, because it does even as someone who has not played the vanilla story, it does feel like some of this is being like kind of grafted onto something else, and it's kind of hard to escape that feeling. That's good. I should mark that down. Like the Vengeance additions and changes, which again, it's pretty clear what was added. It's not totally clear what was changed per se, if that makes sense. But what was I gonna say? There's Volcarona in here. My thing is, like, I could see SMT5 getting dethroned if SMT6 is as great from a gameplay standpoint, but has an actual story, basically. Or, like, has a cohesive story, something that is not necessarily more prevalent per se, but just like I was saying with Nocturne, like, it feels like that, like the vision was fulfilled, you know? And even then, that took the Maniacs edition for Nocturne to like add in the Fiends and the Labyrinth of Amala and all of that, but that, I feel like that stuff feels so natural, even though I don't have any experience with the vanilla Nocturne experience, which many Westerners don't either. Because we got the Maniacs version to begin with. But yeah, not to like suck Nocturne off too much, because I wouldn't say I necessarily have problems with it, but it's not like, I wouldn't even say that Nocturne quite cracks the like all-time list for me necessarily, but it is a game that I do appreciate more the more I think about and reflect on my playthrough. And I enjoyed it, and in the moment, too. It just felt like a little exploitable, and it felt a little... And some of the dungeons felt like a little annoying. That's like kind of par for the course, though, I guess. And then not to spoil, like, the SJ video too much, but that's kind of one of those where, okay, the story's good, but the gameplay is not bad by any means, but it's not my favorite thing ever. And then SMT4, I did have big problems with both the story and the gameplay. Chandler was a better switch-in. That was bad. Well, it's not bad. This is fine, but... Oh, Chandler was Infiltrator. No, it's not Infiltrator in this. It's Shadow Tag instead, yeah? No. Well, whatever. Oh, shit. Well, this is a Monferno, so I'm not, like, too concerned with this doing too much, but this reinforces what I said about Chandler being the better switch-in. And yeah, so it's like SMT5 has me hopeful for SMT6 when we get that in like 20 years. I feel like I'm getting mad deja vu. I feel like I made that joke recently, which I wouldn't be surprised by. But Yeah, it's like you build on the foundation of SMT5, and then you like tell an actually compelling story, and then you have something truly special. Mega chip's done, hell yeah, dude. Keep on chipping away. Did not mean to make that pun. It just clicked in my head. I was like, wait a second. That was not intentional. But I'm glad that I dug into the mainline SMT games more. Obviously, there's games to go back to as well. 1, 2, and If, primarily. I don't know that I want to play SMT 9, which is not the 9th entry. It's like it's a weird... It's like the Xbox title. It's weird. I don't know. I think Marsh has a video on it that's pretty interesting, but... From what I can tell, the game seems like not... like finished or something. It's like a weird one. It's kind of old, but yeah. And even then, like I kind of tried out the Super Famicom titles, like 1 and 2 primarily. I was just like, I don't know. I don't have a problem with Super Nintendo games, but will it let you buy the V5s? I don't think so. I don't think it actually. I think it shows them, but I don't think you can actually buy them until you get them. And then, like, I guess if you trade them off or something, then there's a way to get them back. If I'm recalling correctly. Alright, so that is Driftvale Cave done. Tunnel, or whatever the fuck this is called. We escape rope out of here. The question is Mistral Cave blocked off in this? We did Clay Tunnel, although there is one surf item. Yeah, it doesn't let you, yeah, I didn't think so. Because I remember thinking that too, I was like... I was so looking forward to fighting the Omega Navis, and I saw that, and for a second my heart sank, because I was like, oh... Do I not, have to even fight the Omega Navis? Because that's kind of a bummer. But yeah, you do. But, I guess even though what I said about Nocturne and SMT5 not necessarily being like an all-timer, I am gonna keep both of them installed, because like I definitely could see myself coming back to both of them for somewhat different reasons, but I'd like to do another run of Nocturne at some point. Whereas like, I guess slight spoiler for the SJ video, like, I probably won't play Strange Journey again until it gets re-released again. And then SMT4, kind of same deal, but I've said it before, like, they need to make significant changes for me to, like, actually buy in. I don't see what people see in that game. In so many ways. And it's not to say that it's, like, terrible or anything, but it's like, oh man, there's, like, so many things that I just do not like in there. But I'm also trying to think of how to frame the video as not being just like a dislike magnet. Because that's kind of the unfortunate thing. It's like, oh, you have an unpopular opinion? Get fucked, I guess. I don't know, it'd be probably fine. Engagement's engagement. And it's not like I'm doing it for the sake of negative engagement farming. I feel like most of my videos are actually pretty positive. In fact, like, largely when I'm talking about a game, it's because I enjoyed it enough to talk about it. But when it comes to certain series, it's like I'm kind of... It's like I'm going to talk about, let's say, like Final Fantasy X and 13 and 12, whether I like them or not, you know? So it's... And same with, like, mainline SMT. It's like I'm going to talk about the post-Nocturne mainline titles because I've played them and I like talking about Mega 10 and I like Megami Tensei like overall. I'm very interested in it. So that's one of those particular branches under the Megaton umbrella that I'm like, not only do I feel like I should talk about this, but I want to, so. Like, whether it's positive or negative, once again, it's like I'm not gonna, like, lie and say that I absolutely love SMT4 or something. That would be disingenuous, and that's kind of like the exact opposite of my MO, I feel like. But whatever. People... There's a lot of jaded people out there that I'm sure, like, see someone putting out an unpopular opinion and just assume that it's for clicks, but it's like, dude, literally look at the views that most of my videos get, and literally look at my sub count, and tell me that I'm doing this for clout. Like... I don't know. I just feel like it's a ridiculous assumption to jump to, personally. I'm by a Thunderstone. We might come across one in Chargestone anyway, but just in case, because I think, I don't know, Zoroark does hit hard, so like, I'm so torn, because I want to invest now into whoever I'm going to use. I don't want to wait until later, because we also what happened with the Weavile in Renegade, where like it was fine, but it didn't perform optimally because I got it so late. Because EVs are dumb. Maybe I should just play EV-less. I should be able to keep my save file if I do that. I'm gonna keep like going as is, but I don't know if Renegade has an EV-less one either. But I'm kind of like, it does make the nature much more important, that's for sure. Nature and IVs are way more important in that case. But it's like, okay, I don't get EVs, and so like regular fodder encounters probably become a little bit harder. But also like, I don't know if all trainers get EVs in these hacks or not. But like for sure gym leaders and like boss fights also are not going to have like optimal EV spreads. You know, 252 attack, 252 speed, 4 HP or 4 defense or like whatever kind of deal. And so that, I feel like puts me at an advantage because even though I am accruing EVs, they're not like optimal spreads by any means. It's just like all over the place. I could have a physical attacker with special attack EVs and not even know it. But like EVs, even if haphazardly spread, are still usually an advantage over the AI because they just don't have anything. I just killed this fly on my screen and now it's like left a smudge and I'm kind of... Tiny fly, not like a full thing. Let me, I guess I can just deal with it later. Just not look at it. It's like real subtle, I'm just like, I don't know. Oh right, there's an item in here. So we're actually making decent headway, maybe? I get around to fighting Skyla? We'll see. I've still got all of Chargestone, and I've still got, like, Route 7 and all of that up there, too, to do. I don't think there's any trainers here, but I do need to... I have to go kind of... Well, I think there are 2 spots. Actually. Yeah, like, there's one here. It's either... Wow! Amazing. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else major that I missed. This leads to Mistralton Cave, which was blocked off before I fought Clay. Just don't mind the overlay there. Okay, wait, so this actually kind of saves me... There might be something else in Clay Tunnel, but I'm kind of like, okay, I'm here now. This is actually a little bit further ahead, because I've already explored Route 6. There is one item I needed to get, I guess. Towards the entrance of Route 6, but we can do this. Like, if that took me an hour and a half, I could honestly see, because there's a lot of trainers until Skyla, the rest of this may be taking about as long. So... yeah, maybe this does end up just being a filler episode. I do kind of like it when the part numbers for the streams do line up with what badge I'm going for, though. I think that's a nice bit of continuity. It's like, okay, part 6, it's going for the 6th badge. Not necessarily the case here, though. Yeah, I feel like... well, Flame Burst is 140 because it's super effective, so technically it still does more than Hex. So yeah. I did consider something. I know I was talking about status effects a few streams ago, and how to maybe tweak them to be a little bit less RNG dependent as far as like when they apply. And I had this thought of like, okay, well, what if you resist the type of, like if you resist cross poison, then you can't get poison from it or something. Or if you resist fire punch, then you can't get burned, right? Like that would make sense. Not only would that make sense, but maybe it'd be a little overkill. But I don't know. I don't know if it would necessarily. I think maybe what made me think of that is SMT5, how if you're weak to dark or light magic, then you have a chance of getting insta-killed. Instead of Hama and Mudo specifically being insta-kill, it's like, no, it deals damage, but if you hit something that's weak to it, there's a chance. Which means that should be the first weakness that you cover if you're trying to cover weaknesses, but yeah. It's an interesting idea. Yeah, and I guess not even necessarily... maybe it'd be a little much if it was like, oh, if only if you're weak to poison can you get poisoned. That seems a little dumb, especially because poison is always super effective on 2 types, but... I do think maybe having an immunity to it... or maybe not, well... at least an immunity to the secondary effects. Maybe you're not immune to toxic, but... or like, you know, just the straight-up attack... fuck. The straight-up status moves like, you know, Will-O-Wisp or something. Maybe you can't... well, I guess an interesting one is you couldn't... if this were to be implemented, you couldn't get Scald Burn if you were Water type. Fire types already can't get burned to begin with. It's like, there's that. But I guess like other types where it's like, okay, Dragon wouldn't be able to get Scald Burned or Body Slam parried. Like Thunderbolt parried or whatever. But they would be even more susceptible to freeze, I guess. Or at the very least, they'd be one of a few types that is notably susceptible to freeze. It may be something like if you're weak to the type, then there's a higher odds of the secondary effect proccing. If you're neutral, it's just like base odds. And then if you resist, then maybe if not an immunity, then at least lowered odds. Right? It's like, okay, Scald Burn has like a 15% chance to burn if you resist, whereas the normal 30 if it... well, honestly, that probably needs to be toned down depending, although distribution of Scald has gone down, so maybe it's fine, but it's like, okay, if you're neutral, you take the... it's still 30%, but then if you're weak to it, then it's 45%. But if you switch in a fire type, then there's no odds of getting burned because you can't. And you don't want to have a rock or ground type take a Scald anyway, to begin with. So really, like, Scalds are typically landing on Mons that are neutral or resisted. So I feel like this would be... that kind of change would be something that Makes it more manageable. I just don't know if that's skewing things too far in the other direction. It would have to be tested and all of that, but I like the idea. I like the concept. I know this is like right here, yeah. I'm gonna fight these guys anyway, but why the subway theme for these guys? Is that always the case with ace trainers in this? I gotta remember, I'm a dragon type, so this is kind of scary. I'm gonna go for it anyway, just to be safe. I feel a sneeze. Actually caught it, wow. Nice. Shellgun definitely says Bon Voyage, and you can't tell me otherwise. I say Bon Voyage, I meant Bon Voyage. Yeah. Bon Voyage. Like, that's what it sounds like. Just me? Okay. Definitely more noticeable with its original cry. Sounds a little more subdued here. Dies to recoil, unless you're Rockhead, never mind. Just picture Nidoking punching that thing square in the face too. Just fun. Mega Horn, no secondary effects, so no. On Samurott I could see myself running that though. Sandstorm. The shitty thing is that you're not immune to Sandstorm anymore. Unfortunately. Fracture, I'm just gonna Ice Punch this too. Well... No, I play rough in that case. I don't know, that's a second play rough crit this stream. Did they add that? As a secondary effect? No. I'm just weirdly lucky with this move for some reason. I usually just miss. And here I am getting crits that are not boosted, so... It's interesting. Oh. Almost a full squad of 45s. Throw this back on. Dragon Fang, not a bad find. Also, Gobalion's not going to be found here. I guess that... Well, I already have a fighting type, so it's hard to justify running one of the Swords of Justice. With a different starter, it's like, okay, maybe I actually would consider that for a fighting type slot. It could be fun. I don't think I've really ever used them. Granted, Virizion like not that great, but Gobalion's decent and Terrakion is really good. So, it's an option. Just heal up Nidoking to full. Yeah, thankfully there's not many trainers here, so we can get through this quick. Chargestone does have quite a few, but... What, there's maybe like... 5 on that initial first floor? I don't think there's that many on the second floor, third floor, or, you know, basement... You know what I mean. Basement 1 maybe has like 2 trainers or something. Maybe. Well, there's like the doctor and there's maybe 1 or 2 more. I don't think it's gonna take that long. I guess Hydreigon is another option. Why was I saying I didn't want Hydreigon? Was there a reason? Fairy Week? No, I'm already Fairy Week anyway. This is still weak to Fairy. Maybe I go Hydreigon. Double Dragon? It's a video game, but no, like, do I run 2 dragons on the same squad? Also, I just realized Megatron still doesn't have an item equipped. But I'm guessing you can probably find dinos here. But then I'd be running like 2 dragon pseudos, essentially. I know Flygon's not actually a pseudo, but its stats in this hack make it one effectively. Both special attackers too. I guess they can both kind of be mixed-ish, but Hydra really wants to be special attacker. Flygon more so can be mixed. Nice dodge. But then again, this could be something I save for another playthrough. Then again, I don't necessarily have qualms with repeating certain Pokemon on certain teams or certain games. There's Sacred Sword. Yeah, like we resist that. I'm curious if Hydra got any changes. I doubt it. But worth checking. Evolves at 58. Dino evolves into Zweilous at 38. I don't think it had Nasty Plot originally in this gen, so that I guess is an addition from modern gens. Just generally. Tri-attack, yeah, Head Smash, Hyper Voice, Dark Pulse, Dragon Pulse. It's like all kind of par for the course for this thing. Yeah, Mistralton Cave, 5% encounter. Big on Larvitar here too. Tyranitar. It's a Flying Resist. It's a Ghost Resist. Both of which I was kind of lamenting not having. It's just, it's another Ground Weak Mon, which is pretty unfortunate for this team. Is that going to be particularly relevant, though? Like, is Earthquake really that common in this game? Following Clay? I don't... Like, on any ground type is going to have it for sure. And most ground types are going to have rock coverage to hit this bug type now. So... That's kind of a problem. Or that I could see that being a problem if I grabbed a T-Tar here. Shit. I think like physically defensive Electros might be. Or do I even necessarily? Yeah, maybe. I don't know, I've got a lot of Phys Def Mons, but I don't know. Another reason why I wish Assault Vest was a thing, because AV Eel could be kind of good. I think it gets Drain Punch, it's Giga Drain. It's like there's healing there. Like instead of running lefties or something, right? Yeah, I guess shout out to Gen 6 for introducing AV, because that item's kind of dope. Rock Slide, good find. I don't know if anyone gets this. Learns it. Oh. Yeah, I am looking forward to wrapping up the games that I'm currently playing in the next couple of weeks. Because, like, for sure I will finish Yakuza 4 before I leave, and Dark Souls 3 I'm gonna finish up. Even if I don't get around to doing the DLC, it's like, I'll at least, like, beat the main game. And, if I decide to come back, then I decide to come back. I'm not gonna, like, sweat it too much. I'll have the vast majority of the achievements anyway. And I'll have beaten all, like, the base game bosses, and already did all the different types of infusion and shit, which wasn't really that hard to do. Like, the real main things that I'd be missing for DS3 achievement-wise is, like, acquiring all the spells. I don't think you have to learn them, but you have to, like, find them, but I don't really think there's many missables, if anything. From what I can tell, at least. And even then, there's a couple different endings, so you do have to play the game multiple times to do those. Anyhow. So, I would have to do a second run at some point to, like, get all of the achievements, so I guess there's not really a reason to, like, sweat it if I miss a few. Because then if I do decide to come back for a second play, which I can't definitively say if I would, as of yet, I need to kind of sit on things. But if that was the case, I would make a concerted effort to, like, clean up the achievements. It's Cobalion. He's saying my name. Not really. That's like always, it's like the onomatopoeia, but it's funny. Just hit through Pokemon Cobalion, Verizon Wireless, and Teriyaki. Fought against people to protect Pokemon from the war those people started. The war those people started? You mean the Cantonians? Wait a second, I forgot that there was like a war thing. Is that correct? Am I correct in my assumption? That, like, Kanto waged... I guess that would make sense that if, like... Why did I never consider that? I always assumed that the Kanto War took place, like, in Kanto, but it's like, nah, not necessarily the case, right? It's like, it's ambiguous in Gen 1, because Kanto's the only region that existed, but... Could Legends cure him? What? Well, I guess... The question is... Well, no, the war wouldn't have been that far long ago, so I guess you could do Legends cure him and do, like, original dragon, like, ancient shit. But then you could do, like... What's up, Blaze? But then you could do, if there was ever a Legends Kanto, and they did focus on the war... Did I get Mist 5 in blue? How did I do that? I don't think you need it for the title marks, so I don't think I ever actually got it. Because I don't think it is... No! Wait, no, both of them... You can fight both of them. Actually, in both versions, to get their V5s, specifically. So, like, Bowlman, I think, or, like, one of them is at, like, the south, was it southeast end? And then one of them is, like, northwest, I think, yeah, of the tournament comp. Of all the games to get Legends. Yeah, I was talking about it a few streams ago, where it's like, if Kanto were to get a Legends game, it would be, like, the last one they do, probably. Or, like, they would do all of the other existing regions first, at the very least, because I don't think there's a lot of potential there. But, yeah, I kind of agree. I do think a Legends Johto could be cool, though, because I have a soft spot for that region. And, like, you have Celebi. And you could maybe even include Kanto in that, potentially, if they really wanted to, because they are, you know, right next to each other. But I did have this idea last time for a hypothetical Legends Kanto. If that were to be a thing, it's like, okay, even if this is a retcon, what if they did the what if they did the war thing and they focus on the war, but maybe they retcon it to where Mewtwo is like this bioweapon that is being developed specifically for ending the war kind of thing. I just think that concept is really cool. I don't know if that fits into existing lore or whatever. I don't really care, but it's just like, I think that idea of like Blaine and Mr. Pokemon. Yeah, I know, because it's Game Freak and like it's a children's game and like all that kind of shit. But like, yeah, I don't know. I think it's a cool idea though. Maybe more of a fan game idea, but maybe that's where you get your Pal World crossover, right? With the guns and shit. But I guess we already have the first movie anyway. genuinely think they want to retcon there ever being a war. I mean, that's... Yeah, it's fair. Let's just sanitize all the cool shit out of Pokemon, right? But, like, I wouldn't be surprised if that is Game Freak's kind of MO. Where the fuck is this? Then again, I don't feel particularly attached to, like, modern Pokemon in the same way as I do, like, particularly Gens 3 through 5, but, like, really more so just the DS era, right? Yeah, XY also has a war. That's true. We still don't know if ZA is going to be, like, a past thing or a future thing or a contemporary thing or, like, what, but... Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You think it's for sure going to be in the past? The thing is, like, Lumiose exists, though. Or, well, I guess they're planning it, right? Isn't that the whole thing? Isn't it, like, plans to build Lumiose? So definitely in the past. Okay, based on building Lumiose. But then it couldn't be that far in the past. Right, you would think. If they're conceptualizing, like, basically the Eiffel Tower. We fight Hugh here? I don't remember this. Yeah, so I guess... So, like, yeah, there's probably going to be lore world-building stuff regarding AZ and all of that. And, like, AZ could show up because, like, he fucking shows up in X and Y, but... I don't know, I'm curious to see the direction they take. I really hope they don't isekai you in with a fucking smartphone. That's like all I'm hoping for from the story of ZA. That's it. That's all I want. Oh, I guess, yeah. I guess, like, Sinnoh just isn't as developed, I feel like, as, I guess, Lumiose specifically. Like, Sinnoh doesn't really have a city that is that developed in the same way. It's fine. I don't know. I do know. I guess I just prefer when stories are, like, self-contained and it's like, okay, can we play as a character, like, from this time period and, like, be in it, you know? This must be added, right? Oh, this is definitely added. You for sure do not fight him here in vanilla. I also don't remember this from this hack, or maybe I'm thinking of regular Volt White 2. Maybe this was... Could this have been added in an update? Because I for sure remember going to, like, Mistralton at least. Previously, but don't remember this at all. Who knows? Yeah, I think Electros might be the actual play. I got Megatron, though. No item Megatron, I keep forgetting. Yeah, I don't know, it wouldn't, like, ruin the game for me if they did the same thing again. It's just, I just don't... I just don't like the whole... I just don't really like the isekai, like the idea of isekai largely. Which has me a little bit nervous about how I'm gonna feel about FF10, but I just don't... We'll see. I've already played the first few hours. A few years ago anyway, so I have some familiarity, but... Just take it for what it is, kind of deal. Yeah, I think it's a pretty safe bet that the main characters are going to be ancestors of Kayla and Serena. Pasho. Didn't matter. Oh, Camerupt. How we love you, even though you're not very good. I go back into this. Hurricane. I kind of want to mash again. Just like hit whatever's coming in hard. I mean, there's no way you have 2 mash switch-ins, right? Oh my god. He's cheating. He's cheating even for vanilla. He's got a 44 Flygon. A BP kill? The verdict is in? I think it does. Iron Fist boosted. I'm just wondering if that calc would still work without Iron Fist, and then I'm like, oh, clear body. It might be better. That was a hard wall. Wow. Like, actually kind of hard walled here. What do you go for? You have Dark Move? Do you have... Probably just Electric Move is what I'm guessing? So I think I just go into this and Poison Tail, maybe. Big issue is that people seem... Yeah, like... But, I mean, there's nothing preventing... There's nothing preventing the main character from being, like, the special person. Like, you can still be the guy, I guess, without having to be warped in from a different time period. Like, I don't know. I don't want to get too caught up on it, because, like, I enjoyed Legends Arceus, and I think that the template that it lays out for the Legends games is pretty exciting. I'm still tempering my expectations, because, like, I need ZA to be, like, a polished game that feels like finished and looks finished. It's like kind of like the criteria that I'm looking for. You wouldn't have a Leaf Storm at 44. That's like uber cheating. Okay, breakthrough. Please break through. Wow. Full para. Now they've established some elements of that. Maybe they could go all in on an original character. Yeah. Interesting, they implied the protagonists of Legends are actually the Platinum Protag. Oh! Like, literally the Platinum Pro... Oh, I'm very bad. Literally the Platinum Protag... Oh, we live, because it's a superior. I forgot this thing has, like, no attacking stats. Like 75 or some shit. That's why you need Leaf Storm. I love Serp, but it's like... It's not a strong one. I go into this again. That's an interesting... I feel like I maybe need to replay Legends to see some of that and like really like kind of pay attention to more of the details maybe. Because I just kind of played it and like pieced out. I didn't even do... I got like the true ending and beat the final boss and Giratina and all that, but... Oh, now you have no switch-ins, huh? Yeah, buddy. I need to get these HMs off my Mons. I just beat Hugh with like a super suboptimal movesets there. Yeah, ultimately I've said it a few times on stream here and there, but it's like whether or not the story is good or bad or like whatever in Legends ZA, I just want it to be polished. Like that is my criteria for the game. That's like the standard that I'm holding, because that just hasn't been the case. It's like even X and Y, which I really don't like very much. Well, okay, mechanically cool. Gen 6 mechanics fine. Mega's great. X and Y story wise, not so good. The region cool. Like there's things that I like about it, but ultimately it doesn't rank very highly for me. What was my point here? My point is that at least those games are polished. Like maybe they feel incomplete in the similar way that like Diamond and Pearl are incomplete compared to Platinum, or like, you know, Gold and Silver are compared to, like, whatever. It's like, there's a, but they feel like polished and like finished games, you know? But I feel like, compared to like what we've gotten on the Switch thus far, it's been like, the games just aren't finished. They're like releasing them way sooner than they should be. And that's another case where like there are enjoyable elements, I would say, to the Switch games, but it's just like, get it together on like actually not pushing these games out the door before they're ready. Let's see about catching a Tynamo. This team is very blue, which is fine. It's like a little one note color-wise, but not a huge deal. A lot of type diversity despite that. It's like our blue water type, our blue steel type. Purple is close enough to blue. Same deal here. This is like purplish blue. Polygon's green, but you know. And then the Electros is also blue, so it's like, yeah, it's fine. Mono blue. No, I mean, totally fair. Just regardless of whose fault it is definitely a problem. Because I mean, you look at BDSP is another case where, like, as far as I understand, those games were pretty buggy. I didn't play very much of it, but because I got bored. But that was Ilka, so like, clearly there is something going on higher up. That's an issue. I do think that some of the things that Masuda has said have been troubling, like about kids and their smartphones and attention spans and stuff, and like some of that might be true, but it's like I don't know. Going into designing a game with that in mind, I just think I think it's setting up the next generation for failure. If you're just like, oh, kids don't have attention spans, so we're gonna dumb things down. So what, to make the problem worse? Like what? Like why not challenge them and not even necessarily by making the games hard, but just like, why not, like, try to enrich them in some way instead of just like catering to that, since these games are going to sell gangbusters regardless. Which is why the Pokemon Company knows that they can just force Game Freak to push these games out before they're done. It's a whole thing. I feel like a lot of fans of Pokemon are like well aware of the causes, so I don't want to like preach to the choir too much, but they had to force out a game every year. Yes, yeah, and that's why I'm hopeful that ZA is coming out at the end of 2025. That would be big, because that would be what, 3 years, which is still not like a terribly long dev cycle for modern standards, but. And I mean, okay, these games are not on like an actual year dev cycle necessarily. They're obviously overlapping and all of that, but still, and I'm sure that Black and White remakes or like some other projects probably also in the works, maybe, but yeah. They actively said that they needed to reevaluate their dev cycle. I hadn't heard that specifically, but that's good to know. I'm glad. Like, yeah, Scarlet and Violet sold a lot, but there was also a lot of backlash, and they were offering refunds, which Nintendo doesn't ever do. Like, they don't advertise it, at least. On Twitter. Okay. That's good to know. That's good info. I'm glad that they're self-reflecting and they're realizing it's like... I also had this idea that we were talking about a few streams ago about if they did a Pokemon MMO and then that was kind of their method of creating new creatures for merchandise, where it's like, okay, you don't need to build a whole new game, you can just like make an expansion and like do it that way. And like I was saying that the upfront cost of something like that wouldn't be the same as the current model, but I think long term that could be like absolutely huge. I don't see why it wouldn't be. And then you could get more experimental and maybe even outsource the IP to other devs to give their shot at Pokemon and like just tell more interesting stories within the world, kind of deal. Sort of like how Colosseum and XD were, is my thought. but then you have the MMO like kind of ongoing, and I think a lot of multiplayer elements of Scarlet and Violet are MMO-esque, like inviting players into your world and like getting to explore in that way. Like it's MMO adjacent, at least those features, you know. Scarlet and Violet almost feels like it kind of wants to be MMO-ish. Lowercase-ish, not capitalized, you know, so it's like sort of in the vaguest possible way. Yeah, I kind of agree. I don't think they need to get like much heavy, like much darker tone-wise than the GameCube games, but I'd like to see them like revisit something like that. I mean, I know it wasn't Game Freak, but it's just like, even I've said in the past, Gen 5, slightly older protagonists, I really vibed with these games when I was a teenager. I felt like, at the time, the franchise was aging up with me to an extent. Didn't necessarily expect for that to continue as I got into like my 20s and shit, but you know, I don't think like I'm as extreme. I don't think I hold the view that things like fell off so. Gen 6, they're canonically 17 or 18. Wow, interesting. Well, I mean, either way. I mean, I enjoyed X and Y at the time. It's fine. They're perfectly fine games, but I wouldn't say that. I would say that I generally agree that, like, okay, the difficulty got toned down, and there were some growing pains when it came to transitioning to 3D, and that kind of, you know, just like I kind of agree with those sentiments. Maybe not to the same extent though, because like I really like Gen 7 in particular. But then it's really hard for me to defend, personally, the Switch games, besides, like, Let's Go I thought was enjoyable and, like, felt finished, but it's just Kanto again, so it's like, how exciting can it really be, you know? Booker Story and post-game. That a 16-year-old looks younger than the pro tag. I wonder about that. I wonder. I guess it's hard to tell because they're chibi, right? Yeah, I mean, there's some genuine heart behind some of the story beats in Gen 9. I just don't think... I guess, like, for a first attempt at an open world, it's solid. Technical problems aside, of course. But there's also, like, just a lot of pitfalls that we're falling into from an open world design standpoint that I just, in retrospect, really don't like. Okay, yeah, they didn't... Okay, yeah, okay. You appreciated how much they attempted, but you'd feel like they didn't succeed in most of it. Yeah, I think it's, I guess, a good way to put it. X probably just kills this, but... See, I was playing around Spite, so that my... Well, no, whatever. The same PP, but I'd rather lose Will-O-Wisp PP than X, I suppose. Yeah, Gen 8 is really just kind of flaccid, for lack of a better term. It's just like really just... I don't know. I enjoyed it fine when it came out, but that's another one where in retrospect I'm just like, this is just kind of bland. And like I don't like X and Y story at all, but Sword and Shield story takes the cake for like easily, I think, the worst mainline story. And it's like, yeah, you can point to the first two gens, I guess, but they're not really trying to tell much of a story, I feel like, compared to Gen 8, which clearly is, with its like NPCs with like cutscenes and like lips moving and production values and shit. Yeah, I actually think some of the characters, like I actually kind of like Hop's arc, weirdly enough. I didn't really find him to be that annoying in the same way that some people did. Oh, outplayed. I actually low-key kind of find Hop I'd have to replay Gen 7, but I low-key kind of find Hop more compelling than How. But again, I would need to replay the Gen 7 games and really pay attention to that. Because I know How is better in Ultra, which I did also play, but that's like one element to Gen 7 where I'm just like, I'm just not super wild about How. He's fine, I guess. Like, it's whatever, but oh, his arc in the manga is so good. I still need to check out the manga. That can be said for a lot of manga stuff, though. It's like a medium I haven't really sunk my teeth into. But I've heard great things about it, so I'm like, I'm curious about that. Guzma actually invites him into Team Skull. That's kind of hype. I still want... Dude, I would love for Game Freak to go back and make, like, a definitive Gen 7 game. Like, a single... Like, basically do Pokemon Stars, like was rumored. I still want that. Don't know if it's ever going to happen, but... I want that more than I want those games to be, like, remastered. There needs to be... As much as I love, like, a lot of Gen 7, particularly from a story angle... Interesting. He says How doesn't belong in Alola, and that's Skull's whole thing. Huh. Yeah, like, I've been thinking about how Game Freak can make the 3DS games accessible. And I do think with, like, X and Y... Obviously, we're gonna get Legends ZA, so a Kalos game, but I think like, X and Y... could just get a remaster. Like, it's too late for Pokemon Z, I feel like, but with Gen 7, it's like we got 2 pairs of games, so it's really awkward to get those on modern hardware. For a friend that I have to stop. So this is N, right? Like, that's what it's implied to be. Is he referring to Getsis as his friend? That seems wrong, like incorrect. That he would be referring to Getsis, but I don't know, like who else? Because, like, obviously Getsis raised him, but friend, though. I mean, I guess, I don't know. Unless it's not N, but then who would that be? Friend that I have to stop. The mysteries of Gen 5. This is the triple battle guy. Also, I should see the fact that they went heavily into parental abuse as a core. Yeah, that's what I really like about Gen 7 is, like, the family dynamic of... It seems weird to say it like that, but you know what I mean. Between Lily, Lusamine, and Gladion. I also think Team Skull is a great, like, kind of fake-out team. Obviously, Lusamine is, like, obviously evil and stuff, but yeah, Guzma has... Yeah, and that's clear by the way that he... That makes sense considering the way that he, like, latches onto Lusamine as well. Yeah, there's just, like, a lot of good shit narratively in that game, I think. What was I gonna look for? I'm pretty sure Tynamo is usually on the lower levels. No, it's on regular 1F here. 6% on the lower levels too. I'll try to find one on the first floor here. Oh shit. Hey yo. That's heavy. That is like, wow. That's pretty fucked. I'd have to... Yeah, I need to replay the Gen 7 games, and I want to pay attention to stuff like that a little more closely. Do I find Tynamo now? I guess I can just look for one on the bridge. It says they're findable on any of the floors, so... No ability I have to worry about, they're always levitate. And, I guess the nature will determine how I build it, but... I'm not against changing that anyway. Proceed. Yeah, it would be great for Gen 7 to get another shot on, like, a better system than the 3DS. Because it really is one of those where it's like, look, I loved the 3DS at the time, played the shit out of it, but there's like very clearly some things that would be better if those games were on more powerful hardware. Which is a thing where it's like, okay, you could say that about every game. It's like to an extent, right? I do think that a lot of like the GameCube PS2 generation, like those games run just about as well as you'd want them to, largely. There's probably exceptions, but like, it's like, okay, N64 PS1 gen, yeah, they don't run optimally, obviously. And graphically, they're obviously rough around the edges too, but like GameCube PS2 gen, I feel like holds up fine. I would extend that into like modern consoles, but then as far as handhelds are concerned, it's like, it's fine. But it's like, you know, they could have done skippable cutscenes, though, on the hardware. So it's like, there's some things that they could have done. But I do think that Gen 7 is one of those where it's like, it kind of, in my mind, deserves a second shot. Or third shot in this case, because obviously the Ultra games were kind of cash grabby. There it is. Didn't take long. Do I want to burn that? I think I just throw a ball and just see what's up. I feel like especially defensive Electros is gonna go kinda hard, maybe. I burn this to increase catch chance. Ba-ba-da-ba. And I guess maybe I could do a video, kind of like I did for the Atlas remake speculation. And I mean, that they had a poll, so it's like I had something to pull from, but I did have the idea of like doing a video like that for Zelda, because there's so many Zelda games that aren't on the current platform, and there are some Zelda games that I don't think people talk about potentially getting a remake that I would like to see. Like the DS games, for instance. Wish we could have the gameplay improvements of the Ultra games with a better story. Yes, exactly. That's why I think, I guess it's just as well. Defensive, especially attacking. What is my squad looking like? You're kind of mixed attacker. I already established this. Most of these guys can be mixed. But it's like you're primarily probably physical, like half and half, like mixed. This can be kind of either, but is ultimately going to be special. This will probably lean special, but probably have like U-turn on it. Maybe another physical attack. Primarily physical, only special. So like, this being a special attacker is not the worst thing ever. There's better Electro-type special attacks anyway, so probably for the best. Slap the EXP share on this boy. Really like the theory that the Moans in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and Sun and Moon swapped places. Oh! Okay. And that's why he... Wait. No, he doesn't recognize Lusamine because he had, like, some kind of... Something, like, went wrong with him mentally when he got, shifted right? Because, like, why wouldn't he recognize her, even if it's not, like, his Lusamine, if that makes sense? But there's an interesting, theory I hadn't considered either. Yeah. Interesting. All their stuff. That's what happens when you fall through dimensions. Okay. Yeah, I definitely need to replay those games and like dig into the lore and some of the optional stuff. I still didn't wipe these HMs off like I said I would. Getting distracted. Highly unlikely they made it back to their home dimensions. Sure, yeah. For sure. I wouldn't want Game Freak to get too crazy with it, but you could maybe even like figure out a way to tie everything together and like you were saying, kind of get the best of both in a definitive Alola game, like 4 consoles. That'd be awesome. That'd be great. Because see, I'm torn if I want to play Sun and Moon or Ultra Sun and Moon, because I know I played both of them. And like Ultra Sun, I think the Ultra games are paced better, and there's like gameplay improvements, of course. But if I'm gonna play a ROM hack, it's like I could get some of those gameplay improvements at least. Not the pacing, but some gameplay improvements if I played a ROM hack of base Sun and Moon, but I'm just not totally sure what I want to do. Because the story is definitely better in Sun and Moon, for sure. Like overall, but I also think Necrozma's cool, so it's like, I don't know. We can only freely travel through them due to the like Solgaleo and Lunala and all that, the Ultra Wormhole, like little mini game thing. That was a pretty clever way to introduce the other legendaries from previous games. Also, I can't remember exactly. In Oris, was it Mirage Islands? Or were there were wormholes in Oris during Soaring as well? So I wonder if that was kind of a foreshadowing of Ultra Wormholes being a thing, or if that's just a totally different phenomenon. I'll get rid of Fly. I don't think I'm really gonna need Fly, because we already... As far as I feel like I was very thorough. I feel like we went everywhere that I need to go for now. So I don't think I'm gonna need to fly back anywhere for a while. Just double check. Oh, Hoopa, that makes sense. Yeah. I forgot Hoopa was a Gen 6 mon. I forgot Hoopa was like a thing. Because like, I know Eric was lamenting it, I think last time, where like mythical mons just aren't fleshed out at all. Like there's no... I feel like they're kind of mishandled, honestly. Because even something as simple as like, you think about the Mew event, or the Deoxys event from Gen 3, or like, you know, the Giratina, was it an event? Or like the Arceus event from HGSS, I want to say? Like, not a ton. As far as like in the games and how they're implemented. Like even something as simple as like, hey, here's just a location that you go to get the Pokemon in-game, instead of like, here's a trainer in the Pokemon Center, or like, here, just dump it in your box kind of deal. I don't know. Name a more iconic pair than Game Freak and Miss Potential, though, so... In current times, at least. Those were rips in space-time where you encountered them specifically. Or wait, the one... Oh, Palkia and Dialga. That makes sense, yeah, because that's kind of their shtick. Yeah, that's also fair, even back then. I have made the argument that it's like... Game Freak in some way has been putting out incomplete titles since the very beginning, because third versions are a thing. Like, specifically, that them doing that is kind of proof of the original releases not being necessarily up to par. Only reason they got Gen 1 and Gen 2 is because someone else helped them. Yeah, I need to like look more into that. I know Did You Know Gaming did an interesting, or probably several videos on that. And I've been really impressed with that channel lately. It's not just like getting YouTubers to read out fun facts. It's like actual journalism and like digging into past development of older games and stuff like that. They just did one on GameCube games, and it's like, this is cool. Digging up old developer interviews and reaching out to... They reached out to the guy who coded the Morph Ball in Metroid Prime and like talked about that a bit. I was like, this is very interesting, actually. What was I gonna do here? Psyshock is an interesting idea. I mean, I can relearn Zen Headbutt, though, which is just better. What was my idea here, though? Elemental Punch was what I was thinking, because it's buffed by Iron Fist, so it actually does more than this. So, like, Ice Punch could still hit flying types. And this hits fires. I don't know why I would say it in a fire type, but that's... Earthquake already hits fire types, and bug types are whatever, so... Yeah, I think I just... do that. We already established that Vibrava does not get X-Scissor for some reason. Dragon Tail's an interesting idea. Oh yeah, Dynamo can't learn shit. Gotta evolve that. Power Gem. Oh, they actually made it so you can lower Speed F too. Wow. In addition to buffing it by 10 points. Focus Blast. Anybody? I don't know why you do that over Earth Power. It's similar stuff besides normals, but yeah. Echoed, Flame Charge. Wait, does Vibrava get a Earthquake still? Probably, right? Yeah. But now I need something to replace Bulldoze, which would be... I think he was Hidden Power Bug, which is not great. Bone Claws is interesting. I think you're better off just clicking Meteor Mash trying to get attack boosts, but... It's like these accuracy buffing status moves are just interesting to me. Bone Claws and Coil. I think they're kind of cool. Oh, wait a second, I did just realize that I picked up Fire Blast. Yeah, we'll take that. Flame Burst is very weak. We take those. I'd rather have Flamethrower, but I'm sure we don't get that till a little bit later. And even then, this is nerfed, like Gen 6 Flamethrower, so... Maybe Fire Blast is just better straight up, even though it can miss. Also, Nidoking Fire Blast. Got minus special attack right now, or Impish. I think for now, we'll leave it as is. As for Vibrava, when do you learn a new move? $48, you get Hyper Voice. I guess that's better than nothing. And then 51 Bug Buzz. I guess for now I'll just give it Rock Tomb or some shit. Right, because what do you have? Oh, Scorching Sands. Yeah, because you're more of a special attacker anyway in this iteration, so... Just do this for coverage. I thought it had Bulldoze on it still for some reason. Rearrange the moves. I know I'm like dawdling, I'm just a little distracted right now. this looks fine. Yeah, I want to teach you Ice Punch again, I think. This is fine for now, too. Eventually Ice Beam. Maybe I throw Blizzard on Jin. Obviously weak to flying types, but at least I'd have something that can hit them. Hypothetically, at least. 70 accurate. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to tutor on the Ice Punch on the Megatron, though. Yeah, looks like it. Okay. And the tutor in Lentimas teaches like Earth Power, and I think there's some other stuff that I probably am gonna want. So I don't know exactly. I know they didn't change Move Tutor moves, so I just want to look up the costs real quick. I can went to Move Tutors. Move Tutors in Black and White 2. Good old Cerebi. And they got the prices here. Second tutor in Lentimas. Let's see here. iDef. Maybe iDef, but like I doubt I'm gonna put that on anything. There's not really room. Electroweb, Icy Wind, utility, maybe. It's an option. It's like Samurott, Icy Wind, something to drop its speed so that I outspeed and kill with Sacred Sword or whatever. And maybe. Aquatail I already learned. Earth Power. 8 shards. And I probably want to teach that to both. Let me double check. Does Flygon get Earth Power? It's not a ground type in this, so maybe not. It probably doesn't get it from leveling up. No, just Scorching Sands. The burn chance from Scorching Sands, if I could enunciate, might actually be better to go for, even though it's weaker. Zen, Foul Play, Superpower, Dragon Pulse. Get that early, right? Because otherwise... Oh, you don't learn Dragon Pulse, do you, by level up? I think it's a TM also, though, no? Maybe I made that up. No, 55, when it evolves, it gets Dragon Pulse. And then Dark Pulse. Let me put this... Let me look at my squad real quick and just see. To determine how many shards I want to buy. Also, what kind of shards is this? Blue shards, okay. Because I could just reteach Megatron Fly and then go delete it again, but I'd just like to avoid that. So Icy Wind is a maybe, so that's 6. Earth Power for sure on Nidoking, and then I'll change its nature to not be literally minus special attack, but that's 14 total. Zen Metagross already gets, so if I want that I can just move relearn it. Foul Play. I don't think that's better than... Like, I don't know if Electros gets that or not, but probably just better options generally. Superpower. I don't even know if anything learns it here, but... Dragon Pulse, Dark Pulse. So I need 14 for sure, and then like there's a possibility of like another 10 maybe, something like that. Because Dark Pulse also a TM, right? Like unless they changed it. This is the 14 I definitely need. I've got like so much cash in game that it's like, okay, I'll just buy another 20 to make sure that I like for sure have enough to do whatever I need to do. Plenty of heart scales. The next tutor... Where is the next tutor? I just closed the tab. I know there's one in... not Undella. In, Boomalao. And the last one... Historically, the first two are the best ones, I feel like. From what I recall. They're the most useful moves, by and large. Although I am gonna need... I want to say it's 10 to reteach Ice Punch to good old Megatron over here. Yeah. Get rid of Psyshock. Lip. In fact, for consistency, I'm actually gonna swap these, yeah. Ice move on second slot, for most of these guys, at least. Well, it's actually make progress now, or continue to do so. Much of this stream has been backtracking, to be fair, so... Yeah, another hard zone. Oop. That's because I was using a max. That's right. The bowl door. Bum 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 ba da dum. I don't know if I finished my thought about, dude, why the fuck am I so scatterbrained lately? It's like, it's understandable, it's just like, shit. I was saying, like, making, not even necessarily a video about, like, potential remakes, but it's more so just, like, how would I like to see the rest of the Zelda games, for instance, become accessible on current hardware? Is it a remaster? Is it a remake? Is it a port? Is it Switch Online? Is it more? Is it less? Is it whatever? I think Pokemon is a contender that I could also do. It's just like, for a series that is like so regularly, in some sense, puts out remakes, I feel like it'd be maybe a little redundant, but I feel like there's enough there to say that is probably different than a lot of conversation that's being had. Maybe. I wouldn't know. To warrant doing that. I was gonna give you a held item. Never melt ice, maybe. For that buffed Ice Punch. Iron Ball, Gyro Ball. Meme set. Metronome. For Bullet Punch, maybe. If I have to click it twice. Guarantee the second one does more, barring, like, Protect. Muscle Band's probably just the answer, though. Or Quick Claw. Probably just Muscle Band, though, just, like, flat. Damage increase. Not great, but it's something. Get that Iron Fist boost on 2 out of 4 moves, anyhow. I know Meteor Mash would probably be busted if it got the Iron Fist boost, but I kind of still wish it did. What a goat. Okay. Forget if this guy's a triple battle or not. Aha, you are. This could be worse. I kind of want to just go for Sacred Sword. Because I feel like Sawsbuck doesn't one-shot me, especially because I'm higher level. Vaporeon probably goes for Surf or something, which is kind of scary, but I have this, which resists. So I think I just do that. And then you... Wait, but... What if Galvantula goes for Electric Move on Metagross? Then maybe I do just want to shift and have Nidoking attack. And if it goes down, fine, whatever. I can go back and heal. Not opposed to that. Poison Tail Vape. And then shift. Oh, it's fast. Oh, I forgot that's how it works. We still live very easily, I was just... I kind of assumed like it was... I kind of assumed that swapping places took priority. Okay. It also crit Sabin, which might have mattered. Maybe. Maybe it didn't. I should have switched out. Right now I know, though, that it's actually speed-based. Let's go into this. Oh, wait. Well, yeah, I guess Aqua Jet doesn't. It's water absorb, so... Or very likely water absorb, at least. I feel like Bullet Punch kills, though. Do I need to use this? I mean, I guess not. I might as well just save the Hypers for when I'm actually going to start using those regularly. Also, wait, if Vaporeon's slow, I don't know why I'm even... This kills. Alright, I played this kind of bad, but he only has 3 Mons, so I'm not really too shaken up about it. Also, because I went out of my way to explore, I'm quite a bit higher level. No choice but to go into this, really. Could go into Tynamo, I guess, but it's not going to do much. Jin goes for... Well, it's not going to matter. Thankfully, I think by this gen, yeah, for sure, like at least in double battles, if you are aiming for a different spot, it'll retarget a Mon that's actually alive. This isn't Final Fantasy 1, the original release, as far as I understand. I don't like that you're faster than my Samurott. I know Samurott's minus speed, but that's a little upsetting. Maybe Vaporeon's base speed isn't that much lower, though. They buff this? 90? I don't have room for it, though. If Sharpness was in this game, then I would actually be taking that, and I also would have kept Razor Shell. That would have been a permanent move on the moveset. The Magnet, decent option for the Eel. Yeah, thankfully there is that house just outside of here that can heal us up, instead of having to go all the way back to the center. don't know why I talked to you. Yeah, I think it's safe to say we're not going to get to Skyla tonight, so I'm glad that I didn't plan on doing that. And plus, there might even need to be another stream between Skyla and Drayden just because of how much is going on. But then again, if we're gonna more or less start with Skyla next time, or at least, you know, start with Route 7, Celestial Tower and stuff, like, there's not that much there. Get through Reversal Mountain into Undella Town, and then, like, I guess if I was skipping trainers, I could get to Opalucid pretty quick. But I won't be doing that, because I'm not trying to get, like, severely out-leveled, because I know that will happen. Especially in a hack like this. Maybe even more than the level, just like... Well, no, not even just more than level, but... getting, like, outstatted because of stuff like... EVs and whatever. Hey, can you not? I literally have Levitate, which avoids the arena trap, so can I run? I know you're faster than me, but... let's not do this. Alright, the Nugget people. It makes them sound a lot funnier than just Nugget Man and Nugget Boy. The Nugget people. Nugget about it. It's so dumb. That's so dumb. Yeah, I will say I'm glad that I decided to stream more frequently for this game, just because there is, like, so much to do. And then post-game is, like, even more so, obviously. I'm not gonna do all of the post-game, but... there's, like, a ton of routes that open up, and places to go and all that. What I do like about Black and White 1 is you have the sages to go and find, so that's, like, an incentive to kind of explore these newer areas, and some older areas too, but some of them are in newer areas, like the one that's near the shrine with the genies and all of that. But in this game, I don't think there's, like, a similar kind of hunt. I don't know if they made you a dragon type or not, which makes me kind of want to switch out. Up. Either way, your time's 4 weak to ice. People. Keepmore's Mold Breaker, so you can hit this with fire-type moves. Let's go to my water, though. Click Soif. It's lit. Didn't even try to Sucker Punch again, because I resist, but... yup. Keepmore is a weird mon. I don't fully understand why it exists. It's very random. Oh. So I can actually teach this thing moves. I don't know if I want to use the stone on it yet. Let's see here. Yeah, you don't start learning moves until 50. The fully evolved one. Which, I guess we're not too far off from the team being there. Charge Beam at 40, Breaking Swipe, Draining Kiss at 34. I guess that's a relearner thing that I can do. That's an interesting one. Gastro Acid, Breaking Swipe, Charge Beam, Acid Spray, Discharge, Psychic Fangs, Coil, Leech Life. Lots of recovery stuff. Zap Cannon with Coil is interesting. Although Big Eel gets those last 4 moves, Psy Fangs, Coil, Leech Life, Zap Cannon, and then it gets CC. He just gets them a few levels later for some of these. So I guess once I learn Discharge at 45, and I guess relearn... Oh no, Electros can relearn Draining Kiss. Wait a second. It can't relearn... No, it can relearn Discharge. So wait, I just do that now. Immediately. It literally relearns fucking everything that I would want. To be... Okay. Then yeah, I'll take the fully evolved Mon now then. It's fine. Bold Nature. Still needs a good number of levels on it, but... this moveset. Tackle, Shockwave. Yikes. It's lit. I can't think if I've ever used Electros in a proper playthrough. I've definitely considered it, and maybe I had one on the squad, at least temporarily, at times. This is one of those rare ones that I think actually looks better in 3D. It's kind of weird that it's like floating in place and all that, but... that, I don't know. It's just different. It's just like a different perspective on it. I think it looks a little weird. Like, its sprite looks a little bit weird. But I don't know. It's cool. No actual weaknesses, really. Thanks to the ability, of course. Now... I know I keep backtracking, but... it's like, now that I have... I can, like, move relearn shit on it. So I do want to go back and, like, give it an actual moveset. Something like Discharge, Draining Kiss. A very sexual sounding moveset, but don't ask me about it. Blame Game Freak. But, let's see here. Wait, there's a relearner thing? Or, sorry, there's a... I'm all confused right now. There's a hidden item down there. Breaking Swipe. For utility's sake, I would consider running this, even though it's minus attack nature, but... more importantly... Electric Stab that isn't terrible. And then... Dragon Pulse is an interesting one. They also buffed Draining Kiss. Sort of by over half. I think it's 75% you recover, which is really insane. Especially because they buffed it from 50 to 70. That's really nasty. Gastro Acid. I'd rather have Nuzzle for utility. D-Pulse is an interesting option, but Draining Kiss hits dragons and hits other stuff and heals me. So I'd rather look through the... But you get Coil later, I believe, yeah. You get Hone Claws? I know we're specially attacking, but... Accuracy buff doesn't really help with the current moveset, but it's an option. Coil's just better, of course. Oh, what hidden power is it? Let's see. Dragon? Isn't that good? Isn't that a good sign for its IVs, though, maybe? Or it could be. Try attack. I mean, Thunder's an option. I'd rather just go for Discharge, even though it's weaker. Still got a high para chance, but just will land more regularly. Earthquake. It's Sludge Bomb, I bet. No, you don't. I think once I reach Lentomas, I'm going to swap Nidoking to being a special attacker. Because I'll have the tools for it. Like, I have Sludge Bomb. No Sludge Wave yet, but it's only 5 BP difference. It's not that much. I'll have Earth Power Tutor. And I have, like, the stronger beams. Although inaccurate, but still boosted. Power Up Punch. I don't know, that wouldn't help, but you do learn it. Energy Ball, you definitely learn. Electros definitely learns. No? Am I dumb? Am I like Giga Drain for sure? Not Energy Ball though. Maybe that's why Giga Drain is used on it. The more likely it's just because it doesn't have reliable recovery. Incinerate is not very good. A Volt Switch. Be Volt turning up in this bitch. Unfortunately, Flip Turn's not in this. I'd love to have Flip Turn on Samurott. That'd be great. Thunder Wave, or we have Nuzzle already, which is just better Thunder Wave. In most cases. Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure Eel gets Snarl. Oh my god. What? Does it learn does it learn anything? I doubt it gets Surf, but that would be an interesting option. No. Nidoking famously gets Surf, though, weirdly. So does Rhydon. It's odd. Carbos, I was just complaining about this thing's speed, even though it's minus, but realistically speaking, I'd probably rather give this all the speed it can get. Anything else? Before I actually press on to Mr. Alton. I don't think so. Maybe more Super Repels. I don't know why I did that. I'm gonna sell... Yeah, I'm gonna buy more Super Repels and I'm gonna sell a bunch of garbage. Sell this. Sell this. Sell this. Yeah, I can't buy that. That's... I want to say on Delatown you sell that. King's Rock is good. We're not going to use Kingdra. The King's Rock could actually be a good held item. I mean, I don't really need to sell them, but... Yeah, we can just hold on to those. This is all fine. Super Repel. Just stock up, because these are literally viable for the rest of the game, so... Yeah, I don't want to have them active at literally all times, but... At the same time, I'm not really necessarily looking for another Pokemon to catch. So... Yeah. But I also don't just want the... be in some, like, serious story moment, running up to Getsus, and it's gonna be like, the Repel ran out, do you want to spray another one? Just like in the same room as Getsus, and it's like, one sec, big guy pulls out the, I forgot we already have one up, which is what I'm memeing about right now. There's like, hold up real quick, and they're sort of like spraying the repellent everywhere. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Dude, what? Oh, okay. Got a little turned around there. Oh, it didn't stop me for like 5,000 seconds. Wait a second. Oh, did they? That definitely used to be a thing. That must be a change in Redux, right? Because usually when you kick these things, even when they're stationary, they like annoyingly play an animation. That's definitely a thing. Usually. Wow. Also, I definitely... Did I grab that item in PWT, the hidden one? I don't think I did. Let's go this way. Another Ultra Ball. Oh, goody. Cell battery. Oh, you can exclamation mark people? I thought you had to talk to them. That could have been changed for the hack, but I don't remember that being a thing now. But then again, also, I'm pretty sure he's usually in the corner further down, but I might be thinking of Black and White 1. It's possible. Are you a fairy type in this? I forget if I established that earlier or not. If I know this. Clearly I didn't remember it. Icy Wind. It is. Still 2 KOs though. Oh, never mind. Oh my god. Oh, so you get the wish this turn. Yeah, okay. I made a mistake. Should have gone Grossington. I think it will get to Mistralton and then pick up there next time. Tomorrow will be the plan. So, of course, I got, like, the basement level to go fight some dudes. I am slightly nervous. I'm gonna be over-leveled for Skyla, but then again, I'm training up a new Mon. So, it's possible, I don't gain that many more levels. Also, I don't know why this... I know I'm playing on normal mode, not challenge mode, but I don't know why this hack wouldn't be balanced around the fact that you can go back to some old areas and fight higher level trainers that exist. You would think that'd be something that was at least somewhat accounted for. I would go into Eel here normally. I think I still can, even though I'm 5 levels under. Well, I guess if it dies, then, it just discharged into... I just do that twice, basically, yeah, exactly. Assuming I don't die. Yeah, okay. Okay. I wish Assault Vest was in this gen, I'm gonna say that again. Granted, Slowbro has a good special attack stat. And that was at +2, but still though, a little upsetting. And I was 5 levels under. So if I was on par, maybe it would have lived. I go into Jin here, and I know I said I wasn't going to use revives in battle, but for the sake of this being a whatever fight that I'm not I'm just not going to lose this fight in this lightest. I'm going to use that max revive, assuming I still have it, to make sure that eel gets... Oh, did I get rid of it? Or use it? No. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay. Never mind. Sacred Sword. Dead. We get healed here anyway. It would have been nice for Eel to get the Blissey experience. Catch up a little bit quicker, maybe. Still struggling to get Vibrava to gain a level here. Still quite a ways to go before it becomes a Flygon. I feel like it will be a Flygon without over-leveling for Drayden. Because like I was saying, there is quite a bit to do between then and now. Or, yeah, I mean, that's a fine way to put it. I would have said it the opposite way, but whatever. It's late. I'm a little tired, if you couldn't tell, so... I'm like kind of ready to wrap this up. But I still have a good number of trainers to fight, so... They always have an answer, don't they? Cheeky bastards. Another time where I want to go into Eel, but I just don't think that it lives. Like a Hydro Pump or whatever's coming out here. Oh. Well, that could have... Okay. You probably have Ice Beam. Yeah, regardless, I just go into you. That's like the one... I wonder if long-term Thunder Punch will be better for hitting water types with Metagross. What? You can't tell me you didn't just read my switch there. My question is, are you a fairy type? You just click Psychic again, which is really annoying. That's why I wanted a Dark type, and so it's like, shit. Why can't Electros be Electric Dark? That'd be kind of sick. Wouldn't really make sense, though, but... I just don't want to use Luxray, because those stats are fucking garbage. I think, didn't I establish it didn't change its stats for some reason? Why? Like, why? Luxray needs... I get that giving it Electric Dark is, like, vindicating, but... That thing needs stat changes. It's, like, it's bad. I mean, its attack stat's good. I guess base 70 speed could be worse, but it's not what I would consider to be good. And it's like, I'd have to look at Luxray's bulk, but I don't think it's very bulky at all. Dashington, I don't need you, I guess. Unless you randomly high horsepower like an asshole. Okay, nice. Are you Flash Fire? Is this thing Flash Fire? I think that's usually what it is. I guess I have to go for Hex. Outspeed, which is cool. What? Does that mean you don't have high horsepower, or are you just being dumb? But why didn't I just click that to begin with? I lived. Whoa. What? They must have changed this thing's stats, but what? How weak must Rapidash still be to do that little? I know it's not stab, but come on now. It's Fire Fairy also, apparently. Right, Fire Fairy. No stat changes. Okay. That's another one where I'm like, okay, the type change is nice, but aren't the stats more of a concern? You probably have Power Gem. The Doctor's right there, so I kind of just want to Hex anyway. Oh, it almost kills, which is kind of crazy. Shadow Ball's gonna be really nasty. Shit. This thing, you should live like an unboosted Psychic. Even after Rocks, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just gonna Volt Switch. Okay, he doesn't even go for it. Opts to annoyingly status for no reason. Well, I guess not for no reason. If it doesn't one-shot, then sure, going for Confusion is a good way to get chip, I guess. If that's already on your move. If that's already on your move set, but... Gotcha, nice half a level there. Dude, these dust clouds are so annoying. Heal it up. This will actually be like a sub 4. Can we stop? Can we stop this? It's actually gonna be like a sub 4-hour stream, which is nice. Dude, stop spawning directly in front of me. So to do this. Bianca's gonna ask for a Dynamo, which I did have, but no longer have, so I don't care. I actually don't know if she gives you anything. I kind of feel like she doesn't. Alright, you're fairy fighting, which means I go into this. I actually have like a good answer for this, barring you probably have ground move and you probably do get ice punch. I mean, no, Gramble normally gets the elemental punches, right? So that would only make sense. Tail is the answer here. Ori, okay, okay. Normally probably gonna have fire move on this, but not yet. And even then, usually if you have ground and or fighting coverage, I feel like fire's kind of redundant. It does hit more stuff, like different things, but the thing is like ground and fighting already hit steals. So there's that. And like already got poison for grass types, for instance. So you don't need fire to handle that. I don't know. Gotta love clicking protect when it literally benefits you none. It's my favorite thing ever. Probably water bug. Which means I just don't have a great way to hit it back. This is another one where I kind of just want to attack this. Oh shit, okay. Panic mode. I do have priority though. It resists both of my priority moves, but I do have priority. Bubble Beam, +1. We do live. Dude, this Chandler is the fucking GOAT. My god. Living up. I know it's a masquerade, but like it got buffed undoubtedly. Living a stab +1 bubble beam. I know like once Hydro Pump comes into play, that's not going to be a thing, but let me see here. Masquerade. Still 100 special attack. Got its speed buffed and speed F buffed a bit. Defense lowered even a little bit, in fact. Yeah, 100 special attack. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of impressed. Like, just living a +1 super effective move, regardless of what it is. And plus, I'm pretty sure Bubble Beam is probably buffed in this, too. I feel like, at least in Renegade, I think it was like base 75, maybe? Bubble Beam, 70. Okay, so not like amazing, but still buffed. What do you go for here? I guess Dragon move, right? Dragon D's nuts. There's another one. There's another one. Of course, okay. Lit. I am kind of curious where the beams are. Like when I can expect to get those. Let's see here. Item changes. Ice Beam is Giant Chasm. Thematic. Flamethrower. Reversal Mountain, it looks like. And then T-Bolt. Sludge Wave is Route 9, okay. Thunderbolt is Lentamas. That one's still... Okay, maybe I'm misremembering, and either... I could have sworn that these still moved, though. So maybe if that was changed, then maybe they just didn't change the standalone ones, but... Yeah. There's a few trainers down here. Okay. I could have reacted to that, but I'm like, can you stop? Oh, excuse me. Just kind of like slipped out. Paraseed. Try to burn it? I'd like to leave Xandria in for once. I know it's not fully evolved yet, but I'm like kind of getting annoyed a little bit about having to switch train it. No burn. 1-4. Buzz. Let's go for Sands. The burn here would be great. Yes, okay. 30%. Not quite 1 in 3, but close enough. Ended up working out that way. Just like... I can't even imitate that one. I like the anime one better, the or whatever. I'm not gonna do it because it is suggestive, but still funny though. Why did I do that? What am I going for here? Healing? Yeah. It's down there. He researched on his PC. This guy's just like me, for real, for real. Uh-oh. It's him. I mean, actually, I literally have an answer for this, because you definitely... You either go for, like, Fire Punch or Rock Move, so... Either way, I go into this and rock your shit with, Surf. Yeah, wow, head smash this. Even at this point, wow, that did a lot. That's a lot of damage. We're also faster, which is cool. I guess they just gave Ace Trainers the subway theme, which is kind of neat. I don't think that was a thing, historically. You're pretty dogshit slow, so I feel like I outspeed. Yeah, thought so. Now, this is literally Samurot's worst nightmare. Flying Psychic in this, I'm sure. Probably has Heat Wave, but you wouldn't click Heat Wave on the water type. Plus, I have a pivot for Heat Wave anyway. Metagross continuing to be my catch-all switch-in, though. Even back when it was a Metang, it was like... Which is like the go-to. Steel typing is just too defensively amazing. Even with the nerfs. I still lament the nerfs, though. A bit. Just because Ghost type goes more or less unchecked. It's a little annoying. Oh, that's an interesting play. You're just gonna get punched in the face again. Okay, let's just pretend that thematically I still have an electric and I waited and it's like, oh, look, I discovered a Thunderstone deep down in Chargestone Cave to evolve my Chargestone Cave Pokemon. And then, oh, look, it's an Electros now. Look at that. Oh, it's Electros. I don't know how the Pokemon Stadium announcer knows what Electros is, but he does. Somehow. Still lead Vibrava. It's not. How many rare candies do I have? Just one? Yeah. As soon as Vibrava hits 54, I'm using that rare candy. That's what I'm gonna save that for. Just save myself some time on that, because this thing needs to evolve. Like now. It's no longer defensively viable, even. And Eviolite was helping it kind of keep up defensively too, for a while. This placement's actually not bad. Dragon Breath is only 70, right? I just want to double check. 75, 70, so Signal Beam is better. For that, I guess oh. Well. I guess I Dragon Breath to try to Para, because like Nidoking probably kills this. I definitely switch this out because Emboar is going to destroy this thing. Although it probably goes for EQ, but I guess I don't... I guess I don't mind if Nidoking gets knocked out here. I think I just go into... I go into Eel? Or do I swap? Wait a second. No. We have technology. Hold up. This doesn't need to attack. It's immune to Earthquake, if it goes for that. It resists Surf. This gets out of the way of at least Earthquake, but not Surf. And then I can go for an Earthquake of my own, because if Megatron gets knocked out, oh well. Yeah, and also that. Superior outspeeding, of course. That gets one shot. I do think Surf is coming out here. Water Pledge. That's good for me. High horsepower. I know it's a stab and all. Yeah, I was like, I don't think this kills though. I was like, I don't think that does what you think it does. If he goes for fire move, I'll be sad, but I feel like if he went for ground move once, he'd go for it again. Also, we outspeed, and I think this kills. Yeah. See, yeah, Emboar really is just too slow. I think hits like a truck. That's what I noticed the last time I played this hack, was that it just fell off so badly. No, I definitely... Maybe I just forgot about that Hugh fight because it's easy for that point in the game. I definitely had an Emboar, like, on Route 7, though. Like, so I at least got that far. I just, like, ended up dropping that playthrough for whatever reason. I think if you go back and watch some of my older stream playthroughs on the channel, I might actually talk about it there. Like contemporarily playing that as I was playing whatever else it was. That must have been a little while ago. I don't know if it was the Zelda games or maybe Battle Network or something. Oh, sweet. So yeah, there is like a trainer or two on the top floor that we'll have to fight, but just one more down here at least. Why are there so many hard stones? I said this was going to be sub 4 hours, and I think it still will, but not by as much as I thought it was going to be. I'll say that much. Easy signal beam. You do have a high speed F stat, but... Oh, get fucked. Sing dodge. See, even like soundproof or something. I mean, levitate is coming in handy, but like we do resist ground thanks to that bug typing already, so like it just feels a little redundant. You wouldn't also resist fighting, so you probably go for like rock move or ice punch or something like that, in which case I'm gonna have to go into Samu because Gross is just getting all of the experience, which is fine, but randomly goes for double edge, so Gross was better, but that also does 0. I want to say your special defense is better than your Phys Def, weirdly. Good old Gen 1 stat spreads, although technically Gen 2, because special stat split there, but... Basement done. I don't want this playthrough to feel like it's just going through a checklist either, but this is just typically how I play these games. Is like I'll fight all the trainers in the areas. We don't have any Z crystals in Unova. So you can't use Z moves. The gems are harder to come by. Yeah, it's interesting. Comparing gems to Z moves, and it's like that is kind of apt, yeah. Like a one-time... The difference is that gems are consumable, but... It's like the Z crystal might as well be consumable. You can only use it once per fight. Obviously, it, you know, stays applied for following battles, but you catch my drift. It's a one-time buffed version of an existing attack. Though obviously with Z moves you have like the interesting applications on status moves there. You're gonna go for like acro. I kinda wanna go into this. Now that this thing is like kinda on par, at least with the enemies. U-turn. Goes into Quaggington. No Giga Drain. On Fort. You wouldn't go for Earthquake on the Levitator. Unless the AI is predicting a switch out. And assuming I don't have another Levitator, even though I already showed one. No, it just goes for Curse. So I just kill this with Energy Ball. Yeah, dead. This is an interesting switch in. Well, I guess, yeah, you have Flash Fire, but I have Ghost Move. Crit. I mean, it could have mattered. Gardevoir is a good Spit F stat. Hex is weak. Etc. Booty doo. Goes for Air Slash. Flinch, but it's okay. Chandelure is proving to be quite bulky. It's got like 80 in its defenses. I don't know its HP stat off the top of my head, but it's like decent bulk for an offensive mon. At least I think its defenses are like 80-ish. What do you go for here? Unless they gave this thing like better coverage than yeah, I'm like, you don't really have anything to... And if you were Toxic Orb, then Hex would have really nuked you. Check Chandelure's bulk real quick. 90! 60, 90, 90. 80 was its speed, that's what I was thinking of. See, actually, like, HP stat's not very good, but solid defenses. Solid defenses there. Not bad at all. The real issue with Shandy is its speed, usually. But you throw a Choice Scarf on there, and it's pretty good, I would say. In fact, while this next battle animation's playing, I might even look at where I get choice items. I feel like one of them's on Route 7. That sounds about right. This is usually around the point in the game where you start getting the really powerful items and whatnot. Item changes. Choice. Choice Scarf. Aspertia City? Wait. So I must have missed something then. It was replaced by from 2 max survives. Oh, your Levitate? Aspertia City. Poke Earth. Switching to Shandy here. Items. What are the max survives here? Shops. What is this guy talking? Aspergia City max revive ×2 got changed to choice scarf. I'm not seeing max revives as a item you can get here to begin with. Maybe Bulbapedia has a better items. After entering the Hall of Fame, you got me fucked up, dude. Nimbasa, there's a choice band. What, Blaze Black 2 Redux choice band. Choice specs in Driftvale City. Choice scarf in Mistralton. There's an asterisk by it. Oh, easy and normal mode only, I see. Another reason why I'm glad I'm playing on normal. Oh, you get them from the Hoenn gym leaders? I'm PK hexing that shit in. That's really dumb. Especially because I don't think you can fight them after you beat the gym leader. Like the actual gym leader. That's stupid. Yeah. Like, I would like to, but I skipped Brawly by accident, and then it's like, what, am I gonna just skip Brawly and then fight the rest of them? No. It's not fair to Brawly. He misses out on getting his ass kicked. I still get the choice scarf by fighting Winona, but... no. Alright, well, I have a few things to do then. Right, I was gonna look into changing Nidoking's nature. More so when we get to Lendamas, though, but... I mean, I guess I could do it early. It's not really failing to pick up KOs, but... I'm still torn if I want to go mixed, and then it's like, what defense do I lower? Maybe that is a case for neutral on him, though, but... I do think that the speed is going to be an issue long-term with Nidoking, so I kind of do want to go timid. Or Jolly if I decide to go physical, but... yeah. You might be Guts, so I don't really want to paralyze you. Uh-oh, maybe I should have done that to make sure you're slower than me, but this probably does a lot. Doesn't kill, though, which is very bad. I mean, in case you go for fighting move, I guess. And this handles it. Nice. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Wah, buff that. With the lipstick. Yeah, some of these like gender differences are pretty fun. Like that. I mean, most of them are kind of inconsequential, you don't really notice them, but I bet Hex just kills, but I'd rather chip it a little bit first. There we go. The only gender difference in Pokemon that I don't particularly care for is Heracrosses. I like the pointed horn instead of the rounded one. That's like the only one where I'm like, if I catch a Heracross for a playthrough, it's gonna bug me. No pun intended, but it'd bug me like seeing that rounded horn. So I usually like try to intentionally go for male Heracrosses. Pretty much everything else though, it's like so inconsequential that it doesn't really bother me. Give HP ups, right? Yeah. Alright, so what? Maybe change Nidoking's nature Which honestly, mints would be a nice addition to hacks like this. That is a modern convention in Pokemon that I really like. Oh wait, it's Juan here. I guess so that way you're not fighting two flying type trainers in the same city. Hoo-hoo, from you, I sense the brilliant shine of skill. Please bear witness to our artistry. Your Crawdon's cool. Or more like just Crawdon's cool, straight up. I've got enough Pokemon on the PC without items that I can just throw the choice items on there, because I would have them already. I don't think anyone's doubting that I couldn't beat the Hoenn leaders before the... But especially on normal mode when they don't have, like, insane teams. Like, Roxanne, I was expecting her fucking Lily, her Storm Drain Lily, but that just didn't come into play. Like, before I had a fighting move on Oshawott. So yeah, I'm just gonna throw those on. What else? I think that's pretty much it. And, like, Nidoking's Nature, and that's pretty much it. Like, Bold is fine on this. He's got equivalent defenses, so it's like... Would I rather have plus Spadef? Like, maybe? Like, would I rather be, like, minus speed or something, so I could run a mixed attacking set? Like... Yeah, possibly. So I maybe change this thing's nature. Maybe change Nido's, but I might just wait. For sure give myself the choice items, because I would have those at this point. Maybe I wait on the Scarf if I really want to until after this. Since I would get it from fighting Juan, or I guess I could just fight Juan, but... Again, it's one of those things where it's like, I'd rather just have fought all of them, but... That's, not possible anymore. Weather... I am running... What am I running? Blizzard? It was pretty bad, though. Rain Dance could be interesting with, like, Thunder. I will say. What do I throw Rain Dance on, though? Like, what learns it? Probably just Samurott. Maybe... one of these two. Like, I could see them randomly learning Rain Dance. Maybe not Metagross, maybe... Like, maybe Eel. I don't know what learns weather setting moves, because they just aren't that common. Usually you just want abilities that set weather. Oh, I know what the other thing was like maybe Clear Body on this. But it's like, I just slap Hammer Arm over here, on here over Earthquake, once I learn that, and that's at least 3 out of 4 moves that are buffed, and Meteor Mash doesn't really need help. This thing is, like, this move is strong enough as it is, plus the chance for an attack boost. Does Clear Body... I don't know if Clear Body affects self-inflicted stat drops. I kind of don't think so. But yeah, either way. Wait a second. Why did I say faraway place when I literally caught you? I didn't make any changes to this in Hex. And I literally caught you in Verbank Complex from a special encounter. Maybe that's why it says faraway place. It's because it was from Shaking Grass. This literally has a good special attack IV, though. So maybe I do just run special attacking. Especially because Draining Kiss is so strong. Yeah. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So we'll leave this as bold, then. I'll leave Iron Fist on for now, but... change this thing's nature. What is your best IV? Defense? I mean, I guess that adds up, right? Okay. Enough dawdling. I'm gonna call it here. Full squad. I think this will be the final squad, except obviously Flygon or Vibrava needs to evolve. But I don't necessarily see myself changing things around unless someone's really underperforming. Then again, I stuck with that Jellicent and Volt White, and that thing was like not doing great. Maybe it had some clutch moments later on, but easily the most underwhelming member of the squad. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll take care of the Mistrotten gym. Take on Skylar. What? Can I help you? It just like walks right up to me. It's like, hello. Okay, yeah. We'll do the surrounding area and then like press on. See how far I get within the usual streaming time span.